Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clockwork Cantina, episode 125. How are y'all doing out there? Uh, I am one of your hosts, Josh902, and this is the other host of this show.
I'm DT3. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, everybody. Today's show will be talking about Miss Marvel and Thor Love and Thunder. That'll be in the second half of the show, and we will give you plenty of warning so you can get out of here if you haven't seen either of those yet. And then you can come back later and check us out. I hope you're all doing well out there. My brain kind of like blanked there for a moment, and I was like, "How do we do this show again?" You would think after 125 episodes, I'd remember that. The way we usually start this show off is we talk about what we've been up to the past week. We do have some news as well. We have some gaming news, some TV news, some movie news. It is Monday, so news may drop in the middle of the show as well. So
yeah, we got a little bit, but it's not a whole lot. The
it's not a
news.
lot.
I mean, to be honest, this episode might be a bit of a shorter one, so it's all good, man.
It is what it is because if it's a shorter one, that's just the way it goes sometimes. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
So DT, if you're not feeling too terribly and your voice isn't hurting too bad, can you tell us what you've been up to the past week, my friend?
So you guys might notice that I'm a little off this week. That's because and also you may be noticing, why is this guy fellow viewers and friends, listeners, people out there, you may be wondering, what the hell is this guy wearing a hoodie for in July? Let me tell you, your boy has COVID right now. So you might notice the voice maybe sounds a little different, or whatever have you noticed that is different. It's because I got COVID right now. I've had it for like 4 or 5 days now. Well, probably 4 days. But yeah, I'm feeling better every day, of course, but still not 100%, obviously. So that's been like the biggest thing for me the past week is I fucking got COVID again, dude. You know what sucks though too? Is that I have been taking care of myself like as much as possible the past 2 years, and I've had it fucking twice already, dude. I part of me is like, God, like that fucking, that the Arthur meme when he's like the fist is like down here or whatever. That's me, dude, because I'm like, God damn it, bro. I've been taking care of myself and I still fucking got it twice, man. But whatever, it is what it is, dude. You know what though? I'm just glad that this second time, shout out to vaccines, by the way, this second time is a lot less manageable and like easier to handle than I was last time, dude. Because holy shit, the first time, dude, the first time messed me up. This time is nothing, dude.
I remember
This
the first
time,
time you had it. It was
no,
like
yeah.
it was like
The
bad
first
for you.
time I remember it was like the last week of April, and it was last year, and it was fucking awful, dude. I literally couldn't do anything, bro. I was like stuck in bed all day, every day for like a week. I barely had the strength to get up to go to the bathroom. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
But now I'm fine. Well, in comparison to that,
Yeah.
So now I just have to deal with, obviously my nose is a little. So honestly, if at some point during this episode you see me doing a little something like this, or like, like,
Hey,
hey man, if I have to mute my mic and shit, that's because I don't want you guys hearing or seeing none of that shit. All right, so it is what it is. You guys are gonna have to deal with it. I'm still doing the show here. All right, so we still out here. But anyway,
we're still going. Still
but
working.
yeah, I'm obviously significantly better now this time than I was last time, and I expect to be fully okay by Thursday, because it kind of that I think that'll be kind of like the week, because it's from it goes for like a week, right? You have it for like around about a week, so I'm anticipating or expecting Thursday to be my last day of this, and then I'll be free of it again, hopefully. But yeah, that's been like the biggest thing for me this week is I
Yeah.
got fucking COVID again. God damn it! It is what it is, though. Apart from that, though, I fucking I've been I I've been watching more movies again recently, as you guys know. I haven't been watching any of the past, since I got COVID, because fuck. But before that, I watched Pig, the 2021 movie with Nicolas Cage. That movie did not go the way I thought it was gonna go, but it was pretty good. I definitely recommend that one. It's a good one. I watched the Tragedy of Macbeth. Very interesting. I have not seen or read any Shakespeare anything in a hot minute. So when they were speaking their dialogue, in my head, I'm like, I know this is Shakespeare, but at the same time, I'm like, wait a minute, is this correct? Because I just like I haven't heard that dialogue in so long. I'm like, it was throwing me off a little bit, dude. But at the same time, like I know this is right. It's just old, it's just old and speak. But anyway, it was good though. Fucking Corey Hawkins, Denzel Washington, Francis McDormand. Pretty solid cast, man. I definitely, if you're into that kind of stuff, I recommend it. Um, Played some video games as well. I played TMNT Shredder's Revenge again. Played a little bit of Smite. Um, played I played on stream Trek to Yomi. Beat it all, played it all in one stream. Videos will be going up on YouTube, I think, after the Quarry ones go up. I played 12 minutes, and man, I tried with that game, but dude, that game is fucking. I don't know, man. I could only retry it so many times before I was like, all right, I'll just YouTube a playthrough of this later because I'm done with this game, dude. It was cool, but after a while, I'm like, all right, I'm kind of over this. Um, I played this other game called Paparazzi, which is basically just this little cute dog game where you take pictures of them and shit. It's basically like Pokemon Snap, but for like dogs, right? So I was just like, you know what? That was like the first day where I was like really messed up with COVID. I was like, oh shit, I'm kind of sick here, so I'm just gonna play something to take it easy. So I did that, and then I've obviously been playing Fortnite, keeping up with that. There's a new update today. So if anybody's planning on playing, or if you've already played, you know that there's an update. So definitely update your game. Make sure you got it, ready to go for if you plan on playing. And then lastly, me and one of my friends, homie named Bigfoot. That's just his nickname. So chill out, everybody. Uh, had started this anime like forever ago with some other friends, and they left us behind, and we had to catch up, and we just haven't had the time to, or we just hadn't found the time to catch up. But finally, over the past several days before I got COVID, or the past week before I got COVID, we fucking finished season 2, and we did it. So we finally caught up. Fire Force season 2, baby, we're done. But that's pretty much what I've been up to, man. I just the past week has been over shadowed by the sickness, but hopefully we'll be out of it by this time next week. But anyway, go ahead, Josh. What have you been up to the past week?
I actually haven't been up to a whole lot. I've done a bit of Fortnite. I actually updated my game earlier today, so I'll be ready to go later for you if we're playing later.
I'll be on later.
Yeah, I played some Baldur's Gate 3. They had that update come out where you could play as the Bard, and I often come back to it and try it again. After they do updates and try out new classes and stuff. But I've had a few bugs that have kind of like made me not have as much fun. But obviously, early access games still being worked on, obviously. So it's just like, man, I wish I could enjoy this just a little bit more, even though I know it's early access and I know going in it's probably gonna run into some bugs. But it was like I'm having so much fun, right? It's like I don't want this to be ruined. I've been hanging around outside a little bit, getting some sun on the skin. Nothing major really to mention. I watched Westworld season 4, episode 4 this morning. That show is
Nice.
actually pretty good. So Westworld's kind of back, man. If you watched last season and didn't like it as much, but you still finished it, I recommend checking out this season, seeing how you feel about it. I'm having a good time with it.
I need to start it. I haven't yet. I will though.
And last but not least, the thing I spent most of my time on this past week has been making my own molds to make dice. Still, and we have finally successfully created a mold, which I have a photo of right here. I think yes, right here. It's on screen. This is our mold, guys. We made it. This is our first success right here on the screen. It took a few tries. It took a lot of trial of error and error. Ignore how messy my workshop is in this gigantic photo. But this is how you make dice. So mold making is like tricky because you got to do it perfectly. Any mistake will show up on your dice. So, yeah, we did it. We nailed it. I took a set out today, and I screwed up and I didn't put enough resin in one of the cavities, and so one of the dice, the D100 percentile dice, is fucked basically. So I'm not gonna be able to use that. But the rest of the dice
Damn.
in the set look fine. It just happens,
That's
you
cool.
make mistakes. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. The biggest thing was making the dice mold this past week. I had a lot of trial and error. A very tricky thing to do. Also, make sure to check out my Etsy shop.
Hey,
Uh,
check him out. He's been adding some more dice on there, so definitely check it out.
After
And
the show
and they
today,
like
I'm gonna go work on some. Yeah.
oh, there you go. And then they also you know, vary in price as well. So you can,
hmm
go check them out.
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's something that gets me out of the house and over in the workshop and out doing stuff. So
Oh yeah.
it's pretty cool. And that's kind of all I've been up to, man. Not a whole lot, really. Really not a whole lot. Um,
Gotcha.
just being late, trying to stay cool. It's fucking hot, man. It's fucking 90 degrees
Yeah. Fucking
shit out
summertime,
there,
dude.
fucking killing me. For
It's
our
not great.
internationals, for our international that use Celsius, that's like 32 Celsius in the 30s. That's fucking high, man. I'm just trying to stay cool.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of all I got. If we want to hit into the news, DT, we can. If at any point,
Yeah.
Daniel, if you need to take a break or anything, you just let me know and we can do that. It's not a big deal as well,
Nah, I
just in
mean,
case.
like I said up top at the show, I think we don't have a whole lot of news, so it's probably gonna be a shorter episode. Oh, shit, hold on.
Yeah, I got you.
It's probably fuck. It's probably gonna be a shorter show. God damn it.
Perfectly timed.
Yes, it's probably gonna be a shorter show because we don't have a whole lot of news. That's what I meant to say. God damn. All right. Anyway,
Let's hit it.
no, we can jump right into it, man. Let's do it, dude. So the first thing we got here today is um we have an Army of Darkness update for the Evil Dead game, which we haven't played this one in a hot minute. So I'd be down to try out that update. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, be kind of cool, I think. So yeah, we got like a little bit of little bit of a YouTube video right here. We can check out really quickly.
Yeah. Let's check her out.
Um, I believe it's only a minute and 11 seconds, so we can go ahead and check that out. If you're ready, Josh, on the count
I'm
of
ready.
3, 2, 1, play.
New weapon. Oh, they got some more skins for my homie Henry, huh?
Yeah. New weapons, crossbow, new outfits, new map. Pretty cool. Hail to the king, babe.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cool. I'd love to go back and play some more. I get
Yeah, it
salty
was
of that
dope.
game. A little bit,
Yeah,
but
I mean, to be fair, sometimes, yeah, it 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 it, it does it knows how to get you
to rare
going
it up. Yeah.
salt wise. Yeah. But anyway, that looks cool. Definitely down to play it on a new map for sure. Because it's, as much fun as that game was, when you play the same map over and over again, it does kind of get a little stale. So
Yeah. And it's good that they're
mixing
doing
it
an
up is
update
nice.
so soon. That's also pretty dope.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, the game's been out for what, like 2 months maybe or something like that.
Something like
So
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
All right, let's move on to the next piece of news right here. So what do we got next? We have a new single player aliens action horror game is in the works. So in partnership with 20th Century Games, developer Servios is working on a new game based on the film Aliens. Servios primarily develops VR titles and is perhaps best known for the team behind Creed Rise to Glory. The studio describes the untitled project as a single player immersive action horror game, and it's being made for PC, console, and VR. The game's website, which you can click on, by the way, if you are looking at this article here that we're looking at from Game Informer, or you can just go to servios.com/aliens and check it out for yourself. But the game's website states that it's developed using the Unreal Engine 5 and it has an original story that takes place between Alien and Aliens, where a battle hardened veteran has a vendetta against xenomorphs. There's no trailer or screenshots, but Servio says we'll learn more about the game this Thursday for San Diego Comic-Con at the Alien Expanding a Dark and Frightening Universe panel.
Hmm.
Um, it's worthy to note that this game is unrelated to Aliens Dark Descent, which is the tactical shooter that was announced during Summer Game Fest last month. So we're getting multiple Aliens games. One of them is like the XCOM style, and one of them is this one. So very cool. I'm looking forward to checking out what they're gonna be doing with this one on Thursday for Comic Con, man. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, Comic Con is this week, guys. So we're gonna be getting probably a gang of news coming up here for next week. So stay tuned and get ready for that. I know I'm ready. But anyway, what do you
Bam.
think of a new Alien game? I'm about it, dude. I think it's
I think it's
exciting.
cool. I am my only concern would be the people making it. They make a lot
Mm,
of like I don't know. Like they make a lot of they're all VR, right? And they've said like here's a look at their games list that I pulled up on the side, and it's like
okay.
Puzzle Bobble, 3D, Vacation Odyssey, and Creed Champions, Big Rumble Boxing, and The Walking Dead. You know what I mean? Like, no offense to these guys, but looking at the things they've made doesn't fill me with the most confidence. However, I give everything its
I
just
understand.
due, and we will see. I'm curious to see how the VR will be because I
Yeah.
have one and I haven't used it for anything yet. So it'll be
I get
interesting to
I
check out.
yeah, I get what I get your like
I love the franchise.
app-
I love Aliens.
I get your apprehension about it, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean in the article that we're reading it did say that they're making it for other stuff and not just VR. But yeah,
Well,
we'll
that's the
no,
thing that concerns
yeah,
me. They haven't made anything else really for that type of stuff. I mean, like
yeah.
they
Well,
have Creed Rise to Glory on PC and stuff, sure, but like how intense is that? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, surely there's got to be a reason why they were allowed to mess with this
yeah, we'll
property, right?
see. We'll
We'll
see.
see. Yeah,
I need
you're
to see
right though.
more.
We will see. We will
It
see
is
on
Unreal Engine
Thursday.
5, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
So
UE5 for sure. So we
we'll
we
see.
we shall
I'm
see. We shall
I'm
see. Like
excited
you
to
said,
learn more because I do love
indeed.
aliens.
And it won't be long. Thursday, like I said, Comic
Hmm.
Con. Anyway, moving on from that, Multiverses open beta begins this month, and the Iron Giant is now also joining the fray of characters. Um, the platform fighter Multiverses from Warner Brothers will soon be playable again. The open beta kicks off on July 26th, and there will be an early access period on a week earlier for July 19th for anyone who participated in May's closed alpha or received Twitch drop codes. The open beta for the free-to-play fighter will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Online play supports crossplay and features rollback.
Let me show you how we do it back in Metropolis.
The beta will include 8 maps, a variety of gameplay modes, and the same roster of characters playable during the alpha with one big addition, the Iron Giant. So, yeah, I forget, Josh. Did you try the game when it was available for
I
the
did
alpha
not
or no?
try it. I did get an invite to it, but I did not end up trying it.
Okay.
They
I
sent me
gotcha.
another email for the
Mhm.
open dealio, so
Yeah, I
I
got one
might
as
check it
well.
out.
So I tried it. I tried out the alpha. I haven't streamed it because it was like there was no
Mhm.
NDA. So I'll probably end up playing it again. I thought it was fun. I mean, I I like I both like these games, but I don't love them. Like they're not my I'm not a big fighting
Mhm.
game kind of guy, right? Like I enjoy them for like a little bit, and then I'm like, all right, that's cool, you know.
Yeah.
But obviously this one's neat because it's the Warner Brothers one, so you have like DC and Looney Tunes and whatever else everything else that they have, right? And they're gonna continue to expand the roster and all that good stuff. So that's cool. And obviously Iron Giant, man, he's cool. I know I saw some people like being like, yo, having Iron Giant in this game, like you missed the purpose or the point of his movie. And I'm like, okay, I can understand that, but at the same time, like, it's just a fucking video game, dude. Who cares, bro? Like, just it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? It's not that deep, dude. Like, just it's fine.
Yeah. It's not like these characters are murdering each other or anything. They're just fighting. They're still
Yeah.
alive. You know? No, nobody could kill Super Saiyan Shaggy anyway, so. Uh,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah,
yeah.
Loki. I mean, that's basically what it is. But yeah, I mean, we've seen this type of game before, but it's just the Warner Brothers version, basically. And it was kind of
Mm-hmm.
fun. I mean, I enjoyed it for what I played. But yeah, um, that's it for that. The next thing that we have here is we now know the next game from the Warframe team, and it is called Soulframe, and we have a teaser trailer here, Josh. If you want to throw that up
Damn it.
for the people.
Why is it my. Oop, hang on. My browser's acting up.
Oh,
It's acting a fool. Okay, I got it open.
but yeah, Digital Extremes, the studio behind Warframe, announced over the weekend their new game Soulframe, and we have the trailer here to check it out. So, um, yeah, see what they got. I actually haven't seen this yet, so
I haven't either.
it'll be a first time for both of us. Then.
It's a pretty beefy trailer for 5 minutes.
Yeah, right.
did read a little bit about this, and it is cool. Like those Warframe guys,
It
they've
began as song,
built that game up.
pitched sweet and solemn. They that heard came hollow, fallen.
Well, that dude's naked.
Children raised in castles loft.
Yep. Sure is.
Made hunters grave, of others no.
Remember this.
Man, I didn't know we were watching dominatrix shit, bro. What is this?
We are a family.
Oh damn!
Yet young the pale of Odin's sky live verdant fields of rain and wild, where omen beasts of Alka's lost remember still and tell the ghost.
Man, there's a whole lot of ass in these fucking media these days, huh?
Cheeks everywhere.
Master Cheeks, you got this homie, you got fucking everybody showing ass, man. Look at this moose. It's got white eyes and shit.
So listen well. Envoys of shame.
Please tell me you play the whole game naked. It's like Conan Exiles, but on steroids.
Find your spirit, your grace renewed, and return to earth, her power true.
Dang, we done found some pants. Hell yeah. These villains look like some out of Elden Ring.
Now what? You gonna flex on them or what?
Damn, done turned them to stone.
Dang. Ain't that some shit?
I like how he's just like, fuck you guys, you can stay here.
Yeah. I was like, what's he gonna do next? Oh, he's just gonna walk away. All right, dude. Cool.
Unleash the hounds. Well, so my coffee and tell him there's a giant wolf in this game.
Yeah, right.
Giant wolves, all the rage this season. Boop.
Soul frame.
Join us, won't you?
Interesting.
All right. Well, there you go.
I'm interested in it just because it's from the makers of Warframe, and I like Warframe a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious to what they're going to do with what seems to be a more fantasy setting.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Soulframe. There it was.
Okay. Okay.
We have I got one last thing on here. So I
All
don't know
right.
if you got anything you wanna bring up, but I got like one thing here.
Okay, I can look at. I can check the news while you talk
All
about
right.
that.
All right. Sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze real quick, but it didn't happen.
I got you.
Oh boy. All right. So next thing we got here is um we have an update for Star Wars Hunters. And on Twitter they say, "Dear Hunters fans, we are working tirelessly to achieve our vision for Star Wars Hunters. Our ambition is to create a competitive battle arena game that will entertain for years to come. To ensure we meet the high expectations we are setting for fans globally and ourselves as developers, we have made the decision to delay the worldwide launch of Star Wars Hunters. We invite all players to join us on Vespara when Hunters launches in 2023 on Switch, on Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android devices. We understand game delays are frustrating. However, our top priority is ensuring players will have the best possible experience in the arena. For those of you who have been able to join us in soft launch, we truly appreciate your support and feedback as we work to make Hunters the best it can be. We'll continue to roll out new content updates regularly in soft launch territories until our worldwide launch, with our next update coming up in the next few weeks. Thank you for your understanding, and we'll see you in the arena from the Star Wars Hunters development team." So I was actually um, trying to. So they had this game at Celebration,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to see if I can you know, get in there and try to maybe get an early look at the game or whatever. But every time I looked by the booth, man, there was like so many people there, and I was just like, man, I'm not even gonna you know make the fucking effort if I'm going over there because it was just too much. And then I remember at one point I tried to play the game, but you had to sign up for it or something. I'm like, man, fuck out of here, because they had devices and shit where you could play the game, but you couldn't just walk up to it and play it.
Mm.
They had sign up times and shit. So
Yeah.
didn't end up happening. So I mean, we've talked about this game a little bit in the past.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm interested in it is because of Star Wars. Um, and it's going to be an arena game. It's unfortunately not going to be on PC, only on the Switch and mobile devices. So that already is kind of but again, it's Star Wars, and so I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna try probably on the Switch when when it's available. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't have too many high hopes for that game. We'll see. And the
I
fact that
got you.
I mean, the delay is cool, I guess, because whatever, make the game better. But
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's all we got for that, man. What do you
Yeah.
got
There's
anything?
really there's nothing else really that I think is worth talking about on this
All
week's
right,
show, so we can
all
move right
good,
along.
man. We can move on to the TV news then, which we're probably gonna get through really quickly as well. Um, so let's go ahead and do that then.
Let's
Just let
check
me know
our.
when you're ready,
Oh yeah. Let me change the text for us.
and then yeah, we'll go ahead and get going on this one.
There we go. We're changed over now.
All right. So the first thing we got here for TV news is that Alden Ehrenreich Han Solo from the Solo Star Wars story himself is joining the cast of Ironheart for Marvel on Disney Plus. He's joining Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams. Anthony Ramos is on there as well. The cast, I should say. Chinaka Hodge is tapped as writer on the series. This show was first announced in December of 2020 for Disney Investor Day, and slowly we've been getting updates on things for it. But yeah, it's cool that he's gonna be in this because I mean I liked him as Han in the Solo movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's also gonna be in Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan's upcoming movie that has
Along
like
with the rest
everybody
of
on the
Hollywood.
yeah, that has like I was gonna say that has like everybody else on the planet in that movie.
We're in that movie, guys. You believe it?
Shit, I wish, man. When are they gonna pay me for that, bro? Let's go.
Keep an eye on us. We're in the background in the scene. We get
But anyway,
radiation poisoning. We
it's
die
cool.
horribly.
Like I said, it's cool that he's gonna be in it, and yeah, I'm curious who he's gonna play in this because I honestly don't know too much about Ironheart
I don't either.
other than she's like another Iron Man type of character.
Mm-hmm.
She's got her own suit and stuff, so I'm curious to learn more about her and her surrounding supporting characters and the villains and all that stuff. So it'd be interesting to see what's up with that. So yeah, and I like him, so he's good. He's a good actor, I think. So
Yeah.
good to have him on a good project. So yeah. Um, next thing we got here is we now know the name of the Boys spinoff show. I remember how we talked about they were doing like a college show spinoff or whatever.
Yeah.
So we now know the name. It's called Gen V. And they have a little introduction video here that you can check out. And you can show it's a short little like 40-second thing. Just I think it's just the cast introducing themselves or whatever. But yeah, if you want to check it out, we can watch that real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
3, 2, 1, play.
Fans of the boys, my name is Jazz Sinclair.
This is Patrick Schwarzenegger here.
My name is Lizzie Broadway.
My name is Chance Perdomo.
London Thor here.
My name is AC Gurman.
Hey guys, it's Maddie.
So I'm Derek Liu, and I am super excited to be a part of Gen V.
Gen V.
Gen V.
Gen V.
I am so excited to be a part of this show, and I'm so excited for you guys to watch it.
It's got everything the boys has, the intensity, the grit, the humor.
It's gonna be a roller coaster. It's gonna be filled with blood, guts, and everything else.
It's fucked up, but you're gonna like it.
There's love and beautiful relationships and tons of action and superheroes.
With lots of hormones and drama and mystery.
You are going to love our show.
This will rock your socks off.
Superheroes, college. What could go wrong?
All right.
Cool.
Well, there's the cast introducing themselves. You know what's funny is that one of our friends, Mr. Storm himself, said that one of his friends from school is going to be in the show. Oh, that's cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll
I'm
be
interested in checking it out. I enjoyed the last season of The Boys. We talked about it on the show.
Last week's episode. Yeah, if you want to check that out, go check out our episode from last week. Talk about The Boys season 3, and we've also talked about The Boys season 2 and season 1. So if you want to go check out all those episodes, go check them out, man. There should be a playlist on YouTube or Spotify or wherever you listen to this or watch this, because yeah, it should be there. But yeah, I'm very curious, man. We only know what we know about the like early stuff that we read about for this, so I don't really know too much about the characters or anything. So I'm definitely gonna check it out though, because again, like Josh said, we love the boys, so definitely here for that.
Yes, sir.
But yeah.
All right.
All right. What is next? Oh, actually, I only have one last thing here, man. Yeah, told you, man. Fucking, the
Big short
news
day,
is
guys. It's
not
fine.
gonna be too long today. So we have a teaser or main teaser for the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. I actually reacted to this one. If you want to go check out my first thoughts on it, you can go ahead and do that as well, because I did film my first reaction and initial thoughts to it. Go check it out on my YouTube. It'll be there. But yeah, I don't know if have you seen this one, Josh?
I haven't seen it yet. See, I thought about doing a reaction, and then I was
Oh,
like, you know
well, there you
what?
go.
I'll save it for Cantina. I'll give it to the
All right,
Cantina
there
peoples.
you go, man.
So
You
here
guys
you
get
go,
a
guys. You get me.
first thoughts here on this one for Josh. So if you're ready, sir,
I'm
3,
ready.
2, 1, play.
There was a time when the world was so young. There had not yet been a sunrise. But even then, there was light.
Call to me, lands far away. Elves have forests to protect. Dwarfs their mines. Men their fields of grain. But we Harfoots have each other. For I must now wander this wandering day. We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel. Put up your
Go,
sword.
Galadriel.
The enemy is still out there. The question now is where?
It is over.
You have not seen what I've seen.
I have seen my share.
You have not seen what I have seen.
Darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all. The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
I must wander this wandering day.
Okay. So it's interesting. I don't know shit about really what the show is going to be. A whole lot, like that's what the teaser's supposed to be. Is just kind of gets you ready for it a little bit. The visuals look great. Music sounds good. Yeah, I don't hate it. I'm kind of interested in seeing what it's gonna be. You know, what's it say here?
Yeah, for me, I was already interested in this show, obviously, because Lord of the Rings, but
Mm-hmm.
like this trailer made me more interested in checking it out, dude. I was like, hell yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this looks better than those stuff we'd seen before. So
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
there was a particular part where Galadriel's talking to Homeboy, and she's like, "You don't know nothing, dude." And she's like, there was like red all over the place and people floating and shit. I'm like, yo, what's going on right here, bro? I want to know more about this right here.
Right.
So that looked good, man. But yeah, that's yeah, looks very it's at the very least like not knowing a whole lot. Like I'm very curious to know like what's going on, who we're gonna be, uh following and all that. Even though we do kind of know some of the characters, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be some surprises here and there as well.
Um, it already looks better than the. It's gonna sound shitty for me to say. The visuals just from the trailer alone already look better than what they showed me in Wheel of Time, so that gives me more hope for this show. Obviously, this had probably. I mean, I'm sure it did have a bigger budget. It is Lord of the Rings, so that would probably have been my only concern early on without having seen things was like, how's it gonna look? What they showed in
Oh,
the
dude,
video makes it look good. So
this show better look good because the budget is fucking insane, dude. The budget for the show is fucking like bonkers, dude. So it better all look good, right?
yeah.
Or otherwise, like where else are they throwing all that money towards?
All right, cool. Looking forward to that. I'm sure we'll talk about that on the show and when it airs, as it airs.
Yeah, we will for sure. We'll probably do an episode on it. So yeah, it'll be good. Hopefully,
Sure.
well, let's hope it'll be good, right? Anyway, that's all we got for the TV news, though, man. Unless you got anything else there, dude, because
I can look
that's
really
all I
quick,
had, man.
but
That's all I
I
had
don't
for this
know
week.
if there is anything. Let me look really quick.
I even looked last night and earlier today too, and I'm like, man, nothing else.
Nah, nothing that I think's worth bringing up. Anyway, so we can move on.
All right,
to our movie news. Let me
the
flip our
movie
text
news
over
time.
for the movie news. There we go. We're good to roll.
Alrighty. So, first thing we got for the movie news. First thing we got today is that we have some casting news for Dune 2, which by the way started filming today. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Dune Part 2, that is.
Yeah, believe it is, yeah.
Yeah, there was a tweet earlier today where they announced that the production has, or at least the production has started for Dune Part 2. But there was also some casting news. Suelia Jakub is the latest to join the cast. I'm trying to see if it says who she's going to be playing, because if anybody would know, it might be Josh. But I don't know if it
I don't
says
think
in
it
this
says,
article here.
because I believe I looked her up just because like I get curious, right? When I see casting, I'm like, ooh, who are they playing? Because I know Dune. I know Dune characters.
Right.
Oh, it says she's playing.
Apparently, Shishkali. Is that how you say that? Shishakali. Is that right, Josh?
Mm-hmm. She something like that. I believe she plays she's a Fremen. But I don't remember that character being a major character. So I'm kind of curious. So if it's going to be one of those, we took this role and gave it some other, we expanded it out. You know what I mean? Like, so kind of curious. But that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about the
Yeah, if you want me to tell you,
character or anything.
she has like one line on her wiki page for that character. So they're probably expanding that character out, I'd imagine, a little bit.
Yeah. I think that's a safe bet to assume that they're probably going to give that character more to do. I mean, it makes sense, right? You're like splitting, a book into like two movies, so you're giving more, you're giving more opportunities for characters. You're reshaping things, rewording things, redoing things, making it you're adapting something into a different version of it. So it makes sense. It makes sense, you know.
Also, the character may have been a male before, I want to say, but I can't. It's been a while since I've read. And when it's a
Well,
character that's that small, I just don't remember, right? Like the wiki
also
is what I'm looking at, and it has a photo of a
also
man. So
didn't that already happen in the first part
yeah,
with another
they did.
character?
Liette
What's
Kynes was
what's her name?
originally a male in
Yeah.
in the
So yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, they already did
Dr.
that. So I
Kynes.
mean, you know,
Yeah, it
people
makes
should
sense.
already should be you know,
Not a big
shouldn't be
deal.
too you know, crazy over stuff that happens like that. Because again, they're just doing a different
No.
version of it. That's all.
Honestly, I don't even hardly remember that. I don't even remember the character, to be honest with you. That's how little that character is. At least a minimal type character.
Yeah.
So I imagine expanding the role and stuff like that, which is something that Denis has done several times already and is totally cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. That is what we have for Dune. Onto some Marvel news. I know this is something Majin's really looking forward to because I know he can't wait for this movie. But
Yeah, I know he's excited as fuck.
yeah, he's so hyped. I heard
Talks
him
about
talking
it
about it earlier.
constantly.
I heard him talk about it earlier before we even got to this topic, so I know he's excited. Is that the the Madam Web movie has added Adam Scott to the cast. So there you go. He's joining Dakota Johnson and Madam Web for Sony in the Spider-Man spinoff. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who he's gonna play again. I don't think it says here, but we can probably find something somewhere where it says maybe. I don't know. But yeah, he's joining the cast. S.J. Clarkson is directing. Dakota Johnson is playing Madam Web, which traditionally, if you guys don't know who Madam Web is, they traditionally depict her as like an old ass lady. You know, she's like blind and you know, she's got like this web machine that keeps her that she needs to keep her alive and whatnot. So I don't I'm like really curious, like if for nothing else, just to see how they're gonna do this version of this character, man, because it's like like it's so different, you know. So yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't yeah, Adam Scott's joining. I don't honestly, dude, like I don't man. This movie, I just don't I don't know, man.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the wiki and it has, you know how when you look at the cast of something, and I know all this is fan edited stuff, but it still made me laugh. Because it says Dakota Johnson as Madam Web, a clairvoyant whose psychic abilities allow her to see within the, in quotes, spider world. When that just cracks me up the way I was like
the spider world. Well, yeah, because like how big is the spider world in this, man? You know, they have a spider world, but they don't have a Spider-Man in their world, bro. It's like get the fuck out of here, dude.
I don't get it.
They just don't want to lose the fucking license of characters they got, you know. Like
you know what I want? I want this movie to come out. I want it to be Oscar worthy because I want it to be that good. Like, but it is not going to be. I would love for it to be surprised. You know how badly I would love to be surprised. I was
hoping. I was hoping Morbius would be that, man. Because could you imagine if Morbius was like Oscar level fucking movie, dude? That would have been fucking incredible, dude. It's Morbin time, dude. Let's go.
I knew Morbius was gonna be there from the moment I saw that trailer.
Put your hands on your forehead. I'm sending out the fucking what is it? The signal to Morb Nation or whatever the fuck. That stupid meme that's been going out. Oh man. Anyway. Yeah, so you know, unfortunately, Sony has not made the best live action movies in a hot minute, but hey, man, at least we got Across the Spider-Verse coming out next year, I think. So yeah, that'll be That'll be good, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know. I still haven't. I have not watched the last few Marvel Sony movies. I'll probably watch them at some point, but I haven't yet.
Look, man, I don't have time
I'm
for
not,
shit in my life. Okay, I
I'm in
just
no
don't have
rush.
time
I'm in
for
no rush. I'll say that.
it.
I just like for me, just I get too curious, right? It's like, man, like I'm sure that like obviously they're not gonna be great movies, but I'm like, they can't be that bad, right?
And then they are.
I don't know, man. I've seen some pretty dog shit movies, and like I don't know if I don't know if they can get to that level. They might, but I don't know, dude. Anyway, whatever. We can move on from it. We have some more casting news for the Scream 6 film. We have Samara Weaving and Tony Revolori, who was what's his name, Flash Thompson in the new Spider-Man movies. They are joining the 6th film, which is set to shoot this summer, so pretty soon.
It's hard. It's hard to get excited about this because Neve Campbell's not gonna be in it, right? Like, so
Yeah,
it's
which you know what? They need to fucking pay her, dude. Quit being cheap, fucking
mm-hmm.
dumb assholes, dude. Pay the woman her dues, bro. She is a legend. She is a legend. Pay her, bro. If they don't end up having her in this movie because they were greedy fucks that didn't want to just give her money, dude, that would, I mean, I'm not even the biggest like horror movie guy. Like I like horror movies, but like I don't, they're not my favorite, obviously. But if they don't pay this woman her dues, man, like that's a tragedy. It would be a tragedy, man. If they don't have her in the next movie. You know what I mean? Like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
dude. And I haven't even seen the 5th one yet, but still, it'd be like if you don't fucking like, I just don't get the thinking on it, dude. Like, what? How? Like, why would you not fucking do that? Like, how? That would be like if I was in charge of the Scream franchise, she would be like the absolute first person I would lock down, bro. Like, if we have, as long as we have her on board, we keep making these movies, bro. If not, then like, what's the point, dude? At least that's my thinking on it, at least.
No, I agree with you completely.
But yeah, to get back off that little side rant, I like Samara Weaving. She's cool. I think she's a good pick for this movie. And then Tony Revolori. I'll be honest, I haven't seen him in much other than Spider-Man, so I don't know. Uh, you know, I can't really speak on him too much, but I'm sure he's uh he's an actor, so of course he can do things, right? So yeah, I mean that's cool. I I
Yeah,
s- uh, I gotta watch the 5th one.
I haven't
My
seen it
plan
either.
is my plan is this October. I want to try to do what we did 2 years ago, Josh. Is try to get some
Yeah,
horror movies rolling again for the Discord
we
watches.
watched 2 years ago, guys. We watched a fuckload of horror movies right in time for October and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. And we didn't do it last year for some reason. If we just didn't do it, I don't. It's not even like we didn't want to do it or anything. We just didn't. We just ended up not doing it for some reason.
Yeah,
And
I don't even know why it just didn't happen.
yeah, we're doing it this
Did
year.
not
Damn it!
happen at all. Yeah, for
We
sure.
get the list. The list has grown.
For sure, for sure. Definitely gonna try to make that going again.
All right.
What else we got? I think we only got one more thing. Oh yeah, this one, this one I threw in here because I just thought it was fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
So, so what's his name? Chris Pratt has explained or talked, or he talked about the the Indiana Jones rumor a little bit, and obviously we know we're getting an Indiana Jones movie uh, next year with Harrison Ford returning, but he was on a podcast, and they mentioned to him the rumor of Chris Pratt being Indiana Jones, and he said that according to him, Harrison Ford said that so this is a Harrison Ford quote, ready? "When I die, Indiana Jones dies." So Chris Pratt is like, "Yo, am I gonna get haunted by the ghost of Harrison Ford one day if he dies and I play?" Uh, so apparently, so there was an interview in 2019 where Harrison Ford was like, "Don't you get it? I'm Indiana Jones. When I'm gone, he's gone. It's easy." So you know what I think is funny is that Harrison Ford couldn't give a fuck about Han Solo. But if you try to play fucking Indiana Jones, he will crash his airplane in front of your house and stop you, bro. He'll be like, I am Indiana Jones. There will be no Indiana Joneses. When I go, he goes, man. Which, to be honest, like I commend him for that, man. That's some GS shit right there, dude. Like ain't nobody ever playing this character after I'm gone. You know.
Well, here's the thing: I can't see anybody else as Indiana Jones. I will only ever see Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. You could cast anybody in that role; they will not be Indiana Jones. They won't be related to Indiana Jones. They won't be a descendant. They won't be his stepbrother. They won't be no. There's no way that I could ever see anybody. And I think Harrison Ford's right. When he's gone, Indiana Jones is gone, and I just cannot see it. Like I really can't see anybody else playing that role ever. Ever.
So part of me, like I said, I commend Harrison Ford for these comments. I kind of agree with you there. We did Crystal Skull, and Shia LaBeouf was supposed to, take the mantle, but we know how that turned out, and we did have like the young Indiana Jones stuff too of River Phoenix, and unfortunately, what happened to him, and like I actually really like Indiana Jones, like the character and the movies and stuff. So part of me is gonna be like a little sad that we didn't get more Harrison Ford Indiana Jones. Like we went from like I feel like we could have got some more movies from in between the third movie and Crystal Skull. So like in between Last Crusade was like 89 or something. I think it was like 89. And then like Crystal Skull was like 08. So in between that time period, I feel like we could have got like maybe one or two more movies in that, just to have more like younger younger-ish Indiana Jones. Because like I do, because again, I like those movies, and I wish we would get more Indiana Jones. But at the same time, I'm like, Harrison is Indiana, so I just wish we would have gotten more like earlier or sooner,
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is, man. Like we can always rewatch those other movies, man.
For me, Indiana Jones is not like 007, right? Like Indiana Jones is unique. There's only ever gonna be Harrison Ford, and anybody they would ever cast would be a cheap imitation, right? Like, because he is that character. Like, I'm sorry, I would love to have more Harrison Ford Indiana Jones, but that would be the only version of Indiana Jones I would want, not anybody else. I can't see anybody else. I will always see Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get you. Well, that's our news for today, man.
That's our news, ladies and gents.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll take we're gonna take a quick break because I need to use the restroom and stuff.
All right.
And give you a chance to maybe get some more water if you need it and stuff like that as well. And rest your voice for a moment, because we are going to... Now, coming up, we are going to talk Miss Marvel and Thor Love and Thunder. We're going to spoil both of those things, so...
Yeah,
so this is your chance to come back later.
it'll be split into two parts. So we'll talk about Miss Marvel first, and then we'll talk about Thor. So if you guys only want to talk about, or you guys only want to be, if you only see one and not the other, you know, there'll be a sign up there. Josh will throw it up for you guys, and you can see which one we're talking about. And yeah, but like Josh said, we'll be back. So BRB, guys, go take care of what you need to take care of. We'll be back.
We'll be right back after this. Hello, everyone, and we are back. Back for the second half of our awesome show. We'll be talking Miss Marvel first, I believe, and then Thor Love and Thunder in the second half. We will give you guys plenty of warning for both of those topics. And which will be right now is the warning for Miss Marvel, because we're going to get into it. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are now here at your own risk. So
yep, we'll be talking about Miss Marvel starting now.
All right.
Yeah. So Miss Marvel, Marvel Studios, Disney Plus, Miss Marvel. It was 6 episodes for this first season, which I don't know if they're gonna have another season or not, but I feel like they might, seeing as how well this one went, right? Everybody liked it, I think, for the most part.
They could if they want to. I think they could do more seasons.
So yeah, speaking of liking, did you like this show, Josh? The first 6, the 6 episodes that we had.
I did like the show. I think it was good. I have some issues with it though.
All right.
How about you? Did you like it? What did you think?
I also liked it. It's not my favorite of the Marvel shows, but I did like it. I know a lot of people have been like, "Oh, it's my favorite one." I'm like, it's good, but I don't. It's for me, it's not that good.
Yeah,
Like it's
I'm the same.
It's not at the top for me. Like I'll be honest, my favorite is still like Moon Knight and like Hawkeye and stuff. You know what I mean? Like those I like more personally.
What are all the shows before we get into it? Let's look at everything that we have had.
We'll do that. We'll do that. So the first one we had was fucking WandaVision. Jesus Christ. Dude, I'm sick. My brain. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. You're good.
It was WandaVision was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have after that we had was it Falcon Winter Soldier, I think, maybe?
I think it is. I think you're right.
I'm trying to just off the dome right now think of it. I think that might have been what it was.
Yes, I got it open here. WandaVision, okay. Falcon Winter Soldier.
Loki. I what if I kind of count that separate.
I think it's separate,
like, I don't really throw that in with the other stuff, so I kind of put that in its own category. Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel. Yeah, so we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you don't count What If. If you count What If, it's 7. But if not, I don't
count What If.
Then it's 6 total. So yeah, like for me, Moon Knight and Hawkeye are my 2 favorite ones so far.
Yeah, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Loki. I really enjoyed Loki a lot. I guess Hawkeye would be my top. Yeah.
That being said, though, I did like Ms. Marvel.
Yes.
Just 'cause I said it's not my favorite. Still was pretty good.
What I really enjoyed about Miss Marvel is that it's a character that I'm relatively new to, but I got introduced to not that long ago from the Avengers game. We've even talked about it on the show, like Kamala Khan, like the main story mode for that Avengers game. Like you're kind of following her for the most part of that game. So, as I played through that game, I really got to know and enjoy that character quite a bit. So it made me look forward to this show where I may not have before that, may not have liked it and enjoyed getting to know that character before that if I hadn't played that story mode through that game. So, So, let's see. What do we want to talk about here, DT? Like I enjoyed the cast quite a bit.
Yeah.
I thought they were all good. Um,
So as always with a new movie or new show or anything, I always like to bring up like which one of the or which of the new characters was your favorite? Did you have any favorites? Did you have any maybe least favorites? Like for me, I wouldn't like I'll just say off the bat for me while you can think about it for a little bit.
mhm,
I didn't really dislike anybody personally.
mhm.
Like in another show that we just watched recently that I could think of, I'm like, oh man, I really dislike that character. But from this one, I'm like, nah, man, it was pretty for the most part, it was pretty good. Everybody did what they had to, did what they had to do pretty well. They played their characters good enough. I didn't have any issues with that at all, really. Um, I liked most of the new characters that were introduced in this. Even like the Instagram or the TikTok girl was not even. I thought she was gonna be a little annoying, but she ultimately like they didn't really have her in as much, and she didn't really get to do a whole lot apart from like you know being the girl that gets saved by Miss Marvel at the beginning and then like helps him out at the end again. So yeah, I didn't really have any issues with that character wise. Um, so yeah, I don't know if you had any characters maybe you disliked or
I
maybe you
liked
liked more than others, perhaps.
I liked most characters. The standouts for me are obviously Kamala. I really enjoyed Bruno. Um, I thought Nakia was great. I loved all of the Khan family. Like I had a lot of fun enjoying those characters.
Yeah.
And it actually felt like a fucking family. A lot, it
Mm.
actually felt real. Like a lot of, it just felt, like kind of like I understand this growing up and having a family that can be like loving, but also kind of like a little overbearing and protective and things like that. So it just felt real. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
for sure. Yeah.
a lot of times it doesn't feel like that. It's just like their family's off playing stupid in the corner while I go off and be a superhero, kind of at times in older things. But this felt like realistic. So yeah, I really did enjoy the family, and there was nobody I didn't really necessarily didn't like. The Waleed, the leader of the Red Daggers, I thought was super cool.
Yeah, he was cool, man, for sure.
And I was like, oh, I hope that character
You,
sticks
you know,
around. And he totally doesn't. I was like, God
yeah,
damn it, he was so
it's like
cool.
they bring him in and they take him away right away, dude. It's like
Yeah,
shit.
he was like he existed purely for exposition. Like it's hard. It sucked. It really sucked because I was like, he's so cool. I was like, God
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the most part, I enjoyed all the characters. And yeah. Do you have a favorite episode? Is there any episode in particular that kind of
So
grabs you?
we had 6 episodes, and I. What was my favorite? I want to say that last one maybe, but I think the first one was pretty good too. The way they like set up everything.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, probably the last one, just because of the like, it, for me, it was like the bigger implications of the MCU
Yeah.
that this episode had, and like where we're going in the future for things. Because spoiler alert, at the end of this last episode, we get the reveal that Kamala is not an Inhuman, but she's a mutant.
No, 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 no.
And they played the music again.
They did. And that was cool. And I'm
Yeah,
really,
that was a hype ass moment for me, dude. I know
I'm
I'm sure
really
for you
glad
too,
in
it
those
was
early
great.
episodes where I was like, I don't think it's the bracelet. They're saying it comes from within. I felt so vindicated in that moment at the end. I was like, yes, I felt it. But I'm still interested in the bracelet because it obviously does some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting. I guess we're getting mutants. In the future, and
that's fucking cool, man.
fucking dope. Yeah,
exciting.
And honestly, it made the show even better. It made me look over some of its faults, and for me, it does have some faults. Like, I'm just gonna point out just a few of them now. And if you like this show, this is not me shitting on it. I enjoyed the show. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, go for it.
I felt like it moves too fast, which is a problem we've had with a lot of the MCU shows and even some of the movies.
Yeah. Honestly, that's a big issue that I have with, like you said, all of these Disney Plus shows. The fact that they're only 6 episodes, and not only that, but these episodes are like 30 to 40 minutes each. They're not even hour-long episodes. There's only 6 of them, and they're 30 to 40 minutes each, including credits, dude. That's not enough, dude. That's not enough time. The pacing is like so fast, dude. So fast.
It's very quick.
You have a lot that you need to do in only 6 episodes, and each episode, like I said, is only fucking 30 to 40 minutes long with credits, and you have to go through things really quickly, and because of that, we miss out on certain things, or they speed up certain stuff that just like we need more time, dude. I think we need, for me, if you're gonna keep these episodes at half an hour to 40 minutes long each, we need to have like at least 10 episodes.
Yeah,
personally, I feel.
I agree. The thing for me is like every 2 episodes feels like like it could be a season. It feels weird. It's like episodes 1 and 2 could be a season. 3 and 4 could be a season. 5, 6 could be a season. You know, like it's just like, and then they cram it down like so much. It's a little rough for me. That last episode in particular, like, all right, I enjoyed the last episode. I'm gonna reiterate that, guys. I'm not hating on the show. I'm not. I enjoyed the show, but I've got to point out the things that do bother me, which are in fact people just showing up randomly to be there because they need to be in this scene, which includes TikTok girl whose name I don't remember.
I think her
at
name
this moment
was well, I don't remember. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. She shows up at the she just happens to be there, and she gives a reason.
I was like,
it has good lighting, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, I guess.
Yeah, I was just kind of like going through the names in my head really quickly, like Nakia, Najima. No, that's not the white girl name. Yeah, no. Zoe, I think it's Zoe. There it is.
Yeah, maybe that's it. And
Zoe.
like,
TikTok
and
girl.
and then her brother randomly shows up again. He gives a reason, but it takes me out of the show in that moment. I'm like they're doing this because everybody's doing this because they have to be here. I get that, but it's still it makes me question my own sanity at times, where I was like, did I miss something? Like, why did they show up here at this moment? Well, they've got to be here for this, and I get that. I get it, I guess, but like at the same time, it's like it takes me out of it. So yeah, and it's a pacing reason, right? Like if we had more time, they could show up and be there and have an actual reason that's believable, other than like the stage has good lighting or whatever Zoe says. Yeah. Or when her brother shows up, it's like, she's like, Mom, want me to look after you.
They were asking, like, what are you doing here? Like, oh, I like to film my TikToks here on a Saturday because there's nobody around and such. I'm like, what? Like, what? You're going to be at school on a Saturday? Like, listen, for me, as far as hold on. Okay. As far as I can remember, there was nobody on school on a Saturday if you were not on the, like, sports teams or or the extra like curricular shit, right? Like unless you were like on practice, like like
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing there, man? Like what? Like yeah, yeah, you're gonna sneak into the school for the lighting? Like isn't there anywhere else you could go for some decent
And
lighting than just trying to sneak into the school on a Saturday?
another thing is like we hadn't seen that character in many episodes. We hadn't seen Zoe
Yeah,
in
she
many
was gone.
episodes. She was
Because
just
if you
poof.
guys remember, we were in Pakistan for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So
So
it just was
man,
jarring to me. For
yeah, no, that is like for me the biggest problem with these shows and the movies in this phase is that
it all comes
shit
down
is
to
just
pacing.
it's just too fast, dude. The pacing is just like yeah, and then like yeah, the brother, dude, like he just shows up out of nowhere too. He's like, oh, how'd you get here? He's like, oh, I had to look out for you guys or something. He said, right, and it's like, what?
And don't get me
Huh?
wrong, he's a cool character. I
Yeah,
dig
no,
him
he's
being
great.
there, but his reasoning, it's
Amir's a
jarring that
cool guy,
he
but
just shows up. Yeah,
but it's just again just pacing, man. It's like, come on, dude.
there's got to be a better way.
like ultimately, it's not that big of a deal, but it throws you off, and it's a little jarring at first when you're like, yo, homie just shows up out of nowhere, or he's already here because like, well, he could track the phone and he knew they were coming here, or like the mom told him to go take care of the kids or something. Like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, man.
Yeah,
Like didn't homie just get married? Like, why wouldn't you be with your wife? I don't know. It's just funny. But again,
it
it's not
really
that big
needed
of a
more
deal. But it's just
episodes. It
funny.
needed more episodes because
It did.
literally, the previous episode is Kamala and the fam, or Kamala and her mom, are still in Karachi, right? So, the moment episode 6 starts, it's breakneck speed because like, boom, boom, they're here, they're there. The fucking the store got blown up, and Kamala doesn't even know the store got blown up. It's Naki on the phone that calls and tells us
Yeah.
that. It's like, you mean you didn't tell me you didn't try to check in with Bruno the moment you land? Like, he's supposed to be like one of your best friends. I don't know how much I believed that necessarily. I could understand. I guess maybe you
Yeah.
got home and things are a little crazy. Obviously,
well,
when you get home from a trip, but
here's the
still.
other thing is that we talk about the pacing, like how much time has passed from the time that she got there, from between the thing blowing up, and I don't know, it gets weird with the timing, right?
Yes.
Like what happened when, how much time has passed since is one thing. We can't really tell because shit's flying by so quickly that things are happening,
And I say these things knowing that I still enjoyed the show for the most part, but you always kind of got to point out these flaws in the hopes that maybe you give a little fleet. I'm not pooping on the show. Nobody on here that has said anything has pooped on the show. But you got to give the feedback out there so that maybe the writers will listen.
I don't dislike it. Yeah, I don't dislike
Yeah.
the show. I thought it was good. I don't, to be honest, I don't dislike any of the MCU shows so far. They've all been they've all been good in their own way. But I think just for me, a big problem for all of them is just that they're so short in terms of length, episode wise, and with how many episodes we're getting. Because I want to say the longest show we've gotten so far is WandaVision with 9, right?
Yeah.
Like we have not had any of these be more than like 9 episodes. So I mean, I feel like and I feel like even the pacing in WandaVision was kind of fast sometimes, dude. Like in certain aspects of it, like, man, I can't believe that they just want to stick with this 6-episode format. Like I get that, like, making these shows for Disney Plus is expensive or whatever because you're not doing movies or whatever, you know what I mean? But like, I feel like they suffer from, everything we've just been talking about, man. The pacing and just like you need to give these characters, especially when you're introducing them for the first time and you're bringing all this new stuff to the screen for the first time. You need to give them a little bit more time to breathe and expand and do their thing. So I think they need to do more than 6 episodes, man. Like I don't think that's enough, dude.
I agree.
If
I
they
agree
made the
completely.
episodes longer, then maybe I could see it. But at the current pace and rate they're going, it's just not enough, dude.
I agree. I agree. How do you feel about the power change? We're kind of getting like this Nor light and this bracelet
Yeah, I don't. I
thing.
mean, it's like it's kind of weird because I'm used to obviously the other stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I mean, it's a little weird, but I mean, ultimately, I mean, I think it works for the MCU. With like what we have now and what we're getting and all that.
Yeah.
I think it fits in fine. I mean, she still kind of has the beginning stuff, so that's fine. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It was
I
a little
bet.
weird at first, but I'm okay with it right now.
I feel like in the future they're going to change it. I think they're going to
I can
let it
see
like
that.
kind of be like this maturing, growing power set that eventually like changes. I don't hate it. I don't. I mean, I don't hate it as much as other people hate it. I do wish she
Yeah,
had her OG powers, which are like the
yeah.
stretchy and
It's more like
stuff.
Mr. Fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah. Uh, because that's kind of how I was introduced to the character in the Avengers game, and then she has like, in this she's kind of more like Green Lantern and has like constructs, which are still kind of
yeah.
cool. And like they still like look, it's rocking my favorite color, right? Purple. So, um, it looks pretty. It just feels a little odd. Um, the other thing, oh, one of my other like minor things was like, I'm sorry, but every time a character looks up and you see Miss Marvel running away on her light platforms, and they're not actually
Yeah.
showing the character, we're seeing the reflection in the glasses. I totally get that's a budget thing, but it takes me out every time and makes me kind of, I don't, it makes me chuckle inside a little bit. I was like, yeah, they didn't want to waste budget here. I get it,
Like I see
but
what you're doing there.
it
Yeah.
was still like, oh, but I noticed it though,
I
you
mean,
know.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I get you. I get you.
uh,
Yeah, no, that kind of
um,
stuff. I'm like, all right, whatever. It's fine. But
mhm.
yeah. So yeah, I guess for me, probably my favorite one was the last one. I don't know. What'd you think? What was your favorite episode?
It's probably gonna be the last one, mostly just because of what it sets up in the future. Like that's very exciting to get
Yeah.
mutants after so long. That we're gonna get them, and what it sets up for possibly the Marvels, which is what it even. I
Yeah.
think like the
Which
post credit scene says Miss Marvel will return in the Marvels. I think right. So
yeah, she will. Which by the way, we haven't even talked about that last post credit scene where Kamala and Carol switch places. We don't know where Carol is, so we don't know where Kamala ends up.
so
But
I saw
Kamala's in
everybody
the
joking.
room.
I hope she wasn't flying in space.
Yeah, right. But Kamala was in a room, so now Carol is in there, and I'm just thinking like, what's the mom gonna be like? Like what the hell? Like where like what? Who is this? Although although with as big of a fangirl as Kamala is, I feel like the mom would know who Carol Danvers is, right?
Mm-hmm.
She'd just be like, where the hell's like where's Kamala at? Like why are you here? But
Honestly,
you know,
mhm.
well go ahead, Josh.
Well, I was just gonna say what I thought would happen is like I figured Carol had probably picked up the other bangle somewhere, and it when she picked it up, it made them swap
Mm,
places. That's kind of
that's
where my
interesting.
brain immediately went. I was like, I bet she got the other
Huh.
bangle, and that when she touched it, they swapped spaces. So I bet that's what happened. That's my guess. We'll find out when we get
That's
the Marvels movie, I guess. But
interesting. Yeah. Well, I was gonna bring up that Paula in the chat brings up a good thing of like, we have so many questions left, but like, we're obviously gonna get them answered in the Marvels, right? Because
mhm.
like we're getting both of them in that one, and there's just yeah, we're definitely gonna. I'm actually really curious, like where we're going for the Marvels. Like
Mhm.
what's gonna be the story for that?
I don't have the foggiest idea, my friend. Um, yeah, I have no clue.
Huh. Well, I guess we'll see. Yeah, I guess we'll find out, right? We'll find out eventually. But
Look, I wanna know what's causing mutations now. Like
Yeah, right.
Kamala is like signaled out in her family as the one person that has it, right? Like they're even like the rest of the family doesn't have this gene. Like,
Yeah.
why is she the one that has it? Are there other people out there that have it? Does it have a
And
side effect
also,
with the snaps or in the previous
well,
in blips?
well, I was gonna say, like, even apart from that, like, we haven't had mutants in the MCU up until this point. So how recent are they? Like, are they like you said, are they like effects of the snap, or like how are we all of a sudden from, because up until this point there's been none. So now how are we starting to get mutants in the MCU, right? Like, how is that like I'm interesting, or I'm interested to see how they explain that, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that'll be fun to figure out how they go about that. Um, yeah.
Yeah. It is really curious to how it could possibly happen. Like, uh, one of the things I was gonna say is like, is the Scarlet Witch, could that have been a side effect of something that happened in the multiverse of madness when things were going kind of funny with the Darkhold and stuff? Like, could there be some side effect there causing something going on? Like, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm genuinely curious to how they're gonna explain it. There's a lot of strangeness going on in this phase.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like this phase is like they're setting up for like the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, because a lot of what they've done, like even in the movies and stuff, is they're like introducing characters in the post-credit scenes. So there's a lot of setting up going on right now, and a lot of people are confused as to like what the direction of where they're heading towards. But I feel like we're working towards that. Like we're slowly building to where we're going. Um, but yeah, I'm just there's a lot of questions right now, but I'm thinking we're gonna get some answers sooner rather than later. I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, I don't the timeline. So Paula says in the chat that this is before No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness. I actually don't know what the timeline is with some of this stuff. Is that accurate? Is that like
The
is this
biggest, the
show?
biggest, the biggest thing I think that gives that away is because we see the Statue of Liberty, right, and it's normal, right? It hasn't been
Mm,
changed yet.
I'll be honest,
Uh,
I didn't even notice that. So that's
I want to
interesting. Okay.
say, I want to say, I think that is the biggest indicator of it, right?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. I again, I must have
And
missed
I
that.
could be misremembering. It may have been changed, and I just didn't realize it. But I thought when I saw it, it looked normal. I could open Disney Plus, I guess, and
Could be,
that was in that
could be,
last
could be.
episode. I want to say. Um, Let me have a look see here while we keep talking about the show.
Yeah. So then that makes me. Yeah. I mean, that just raises even more questions. Then, huh? What's going on right now? What's happening?
Let's have a look see here.
Because we're getting She-Hulk next month as well. We're literally like a month away from She-Hulk. So, when is that going to take place?
I don't know.
So Paula's got all the facts down. She says Miss Marvel takes place in 2024 and Doctor Strange takes place in 2025. Okay. All right, Paula. I see you doing your research.
Yeah, the timing is a little.
No Way Home is also 2024, but I think later in the year. Well, if what we know about No Way Home is right, that takes place around what? Because I know Hawkeye was around Christmas time, and that and the statue was also not messed up, if I recall. So that must have been before No Way, or that was no before No Way Home also. Man, I'm just trying to do all this like mental.
Timelines are so confusing.
They really are. Why did we have to? Why? You know what? Why do we have to jump 5 years in the MCU, bro? What the
I
hell,
know,
MJ?
right? It makes it confusing.
End of the school year since they're getting their acceptance letters. That's true. Yeah, that is true. Man. But then we also have to consider that some of these have time jumps within them, right? Man, I don't know. It gets all wonky after that, man. It gets weird.
Yeah, it gets weird. Also, I can't find what I'm looking for in the Disney.
It's
I
all
don't have
good,
time
man.
to go through this whole episode.
Yeah, I know, Paulo. It gets wonky. It's weird.
Yeah, timeline's confusing.
Well, dude.
I did find the scene with the "You're a mutant." That's not what I'm looking for. There is a scene where they show the Statue of fucking Liberty at some point in Miss Marvel.
Yeah, no, I believe you. I just don't recall, or I don't remember myself. That's all. But yeah. Anyway, what we've learned today is that the timeline of the MCU is all over the goddamn place right now.
It's true.
And yeah, gonna have to do some research on that, I think, for myself afterwards. Because I'm like really curious. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I know, right? It's a little confusing. Well, let's not get too hung up on it because we'll be here all day trying to figure this out.
Yeah, Paul says he thinks it's in the first episode. So if you guys want to go back and look at the first episode of Miss Marvel and try to find the Statue of Liberty, you'd probably be able to see it there.
Yeah. Till we get like official timelines for everything, because I don't even think does Moon Knight have a timeline of when it happens yet? I don't even think it does it? Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh man,
it's real weird, buddy.
I'm not even gonna get into that, bro. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
To move on from the timeline discussion,
shenanigans. Yeah.
This show oozes with style. Like, I love all the openings that they did.
The opening,
the texting,
and the closing credits as well, dude. Like the music.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably some of my favorite stuff with this whole show, man.
I agree.
I love the music. I love the art style, the art direction. It was really well done, man. I really like that from this show. I was all about it. Which is also like, going back to the music. One of my favorite things about Moon Knight as well, man, is just the fucking music, man. I was digging it, man. I was feeling it. I wonder how. So obviously Josh and I are not people of this particular we're not like Pakistani or Indian or anything like that, right?
Right.
So I wonder how this show is for people who are, because like I found it enjoyable, but I do know that there were some criticisms for how they portrayed certain things. Like, if I'm not mistaken, Josh, I believe Bronze Girl, who if you guys don't know who that is, you can go look her up on, like, Twitter or Twitch or whatever. Her name is That Bronze Girl. She is she's what? Is she Indian, I think? Or where's she from?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. She's
Okay.
I believe she's Sikh Indian is her things.
All right. Cool.
I get a little confused. I get a little confused by it all because I'm not super. I didn't even know anything really about the partition until Miss Marvel, really, that much. So it was kind of cool to learn that. So
So yeah, I was bringing her up because I know she had some kind of like some criticisms and things to say about like that stuff, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
know, and I mentioned this because I know you listen to it more than I actually really haven't like you know gotten into like all what she thinks. So
Yeah.
I'm curious, like again, for somebody who is a part of like that culture, how this show was for them,
Yeah. Yeah. So
because you
that
would
Bronze
think,
Girl's on the MCU crew, and they have a lot of thoughts
yeah.
on Miss Marvel and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to hear her thoughts. And honestly, I don't want to repeat their thoughts because I'm liable to like just fuck it up somehow or some
Yeah,
way.
no,
So
for sure.
I recommend everybody go check it out. They're way more knowledgeable than I am. Bronze is for sure on that culture and stuff. I'm definitely not. I as a white dude didn't pick up on a lot of the things that she picked up on because I'm not of that area, culture, faith.
I mean, listen, dude. Me as not a white dude, I am of a different brown than than this brown. But they, I still also like I knew of partition, but it's
Yeah.
and like the thing with the show is like obviously it was a lot worse in real life, right? Like there
Yeah.
was a lot of it was crazier and
Much
more
more
intense and
violent.
all that. Yeah. But like for me, I would say at least that like I don't think that's like that was like the big focus of this because you're trying to tell the story that you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to tell, and the partition has like a place in that story. Like it serves as like a backdrop for what your thing you're trying to tell. But they couldn't get too crazy with it because you guys got to remember this is this is a Disney Marvel show. Like it's not gonna, you know what I mean? Like I do think though that the good thing of this is people watching this show are gonna be like, "Yo, what is that? Like I want to know more about that, right?" So then you can take it upon yourself to go look it up and go do your own research on it. You know what I mean? So I
Mm-hmm.
think that's like the good of it. But I know, like I said, I know there's people out there who do have like criticisms of it and whatnot. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm like really whenever like something comes out and it applies to like a certain culture, I'm always curious like what their what people's thoughts are on it because like I'm very because sometimes you just look at stuff like as an outsider, right? Like an outside perspective, you're like, I thought that was kind of neat, but some people might be like, yo, this was like not accurate or not. This was not what was up, like this is not cool, which hey, I'm as a Mexican dude, I'm looking forward to like Blue Beetle and stuff, and then they do bad on that, man. I'm gonna call some shit out on that too. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's fair.
So I get it, bro. But yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm just curious to hear people's thoughts on certain things, because again, sometimes we're just outsiders, watching something and taking it on just what they give us, right? But it might not be completely
Here's the other
accurate
thing.
or correct.
If they didn't even attempt it, like I wouldn't know about it to begin with. To do my own research, to go look into it at all, I wouldn't know it was a thing that necessarily existed, depending on what it is, right? Like,
Yeah.
so as the MCU in Disney as a whole kind of expands out and includes and becomes more inclusive of other people's cultures, faiths, it gives you the opportunity to learn about these things that you might not otherwise learn about, right? Like, I didn't know shit about Kamala Khan, to be honest, because I until I played the Avengers game, and I became a massive fan of her. So, like, I want more like that. I mean, I wish, obviously, I wish it was done more perfectly for the people that are in those cultures and know things, but it gives me the opportunity to learn and connect with characters I might not otherwise connect with, So, um, yeah. Anything else we want to say on the Miss Marvel? I enjoyed it, even though I did have complaints. I still enjoyed it. I'm excited
Yeah,
for the
there was.
future type stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the last few things that I have to say on it, um, is that I think there was. Remember when? So this is gonna be another negative thing, but I
Okay.
promise. I'm sure some of, or I think this is something people will agree with me on. With it's not just shitting on it to shit on it. There
Okay.
was, because again, I do like the show, even though it's not my like favorite, it's still it's still good. I like it. There was a certain a part, I forget which episode it was in, but remember when Najima
Oh, I know where you're going.
and is yeah okay, is like, oh man, Kamran, fucking, we gotta stop this thing before it,
Episode 5. Yep.
okay, episode 5. And like they all start turning into stone or whatever. Dude, the CG on that was not
It was
great, bro. It
so
was not
bad.
great. I could tell.
It
I was
was
like, oh
so bad.
God.
It may be the
Which is
worst I've ever seen in a thing
which is
in a
shocking, bro.
MCU
Cause
show.
like Cause like I feel like the CG for these shows have been pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that was just not great, bro.
That one was real
Like
bad.
like they turn into stone and it looks so off, man. Which again, I don't want to like shit on people who are like CG artists, because we've obviously have heard of, or I don't know if, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume people have heard of you know
Mm-hmm.
the CG artists, and how they say Marvel is one of like the toughest people to work for, because whatever, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure and
So yeah, so I don't mean to shit
negativity.
on this. I don't mean to shit on the CG artist or anything. I'm just like, I'm watching the show. I see the CG, and it looks off, and it looks off. Like I don't mean to shit on anybody or anything. It's just I just saw it, and it looked it looked weird, dude. Like that's all.
Yeah.
But hopefully that whole thing with the CG artists and the VFX people, they can, with Marvel, they can, figure that out, because that does suck for sure. If you guys want to know more about that, definitely look it up, because it is a little bit of a thing for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
They were saving what for Miss Marvel, Paula? Oh, there you go. Paula liked the show enough. She would watch
Yeah.
another season if they do come out. So that's cool. Yet they can make a cape look so real. Yeah, it's CG is a weird thing. They can make certain things look so real, and other things just look so bad, so off.
I like some
Oh,
things
the
I like
effects. I got
CG,
you.
but a lot of the time I love practical effects more than anything. Like honestly, I really, really do. Um, but yeah, man, I know that exact scene when it popped up. I was like, "Oh, that
It
looks not
looked
good."
rough, man. It
Yeah.
looked rough. And for reference, we we tend to watch these shows like at midnight Pacific when they drop. So I watch them like right away, right? And who knows? Maybe since that episode has come out, maybe they've improved the CG or something. But when I saw it, when it dropped, it looked not great. But anyway, that's really like the only other thing. But yeah, I mean, I liked, like I said, we overall liked the show, like the characters, like the art direction, the art style, music. Um, Again, I think the biggest problem is just certain CG, and then obviously the number one problem is just pacing and episode
Mhm.
length and number of episodes, because we got to rush through a lot of things. So that's the biggest thing. And yeah, I would also be down to watch another season. I mean, I'm gonna watch it anyway, regardless, because I mean, I watch all MCU stuff, so of course I'm gonna be here. We'll be here, but it definitely makes you more hopeful for another season when you like the one before that, right?
Yeah.
So that always is a good thing. For sure.
All right.
But yeah, if you got nothing else to add on to Miss Marvel talk, Josh, we can go ahead
No, I think
and talk about Thor, Love and Thunder.
let me swap over our text here. All right, guys, here's your
All right.
warning for Thor Love and Thunder.
Yeah, if you have
you
not
got
seen
about
it,
a few minutes to get out of here.
your time to bounce up out of here is now, because we are talking about Thor, Love and Thunder now.
Yeah.
And I will bounce. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Paula.
Bye, Paula. So yeah, I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're in spoiler zone now.
Yes.
Daniel, did you like Thor Love and Thunder?
I did. But here's what I will say. I did not like it more than Ragnarok.
I am the same boat. I did
not
not like it more than
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
And you know how we were talking about pacing for the show? This fucking movie felt fast as shit too, dude.
It is. It's got pacing issues.
That is a problem with a lot of Marvel Phase 4 stuff, I feel like. It's just way too fast, dude. They need to let this stuff breathe a little bit more, man. This movie was like shorter than I thought it was going to be, dude.
Yeah. This movie, I would have been fine with another 30 minutes. You know, I needed Gore the God Butcher to do some more God butchering. I needed a little bit more room to breathe between the heavy shit and the jokes. You know? Like,
yeah, there was, I'll be honest, like, man, I'm gonna have quite a few negatives on this movie, but
thank God I'm not the only person. That's all I got to say.
Because I just want to, like, I did like the movie, but dude, I have some negatives on this movie for sure.
All right,
I'm just trying not to sound like a jackass or like an asshole, like just shitting on stuff, you know. But like, okay, from the you know the beginning scene where Gore turns into the God Butcher, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy that he talks to, oh my god, the CG was bad for that guy too, bro. I could tell it was so off.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what is this? I was like, bro, what is going on here? Like, that was like the only time where I looked at the CG and I was like, man, that looks bad, dude. Like, I don't know if it was just like the mocap was wrong or like what's going on with the CG right here, man. But that first god that he kills when he takes the sword, that dude, the CG for that guy was just not great. Also, I mean, fuck it, we're just gonna talk about the negatives right away. Let's do it. Before we head into the positives, let's do the negatives this time. We're gonna switch it around. Another negative for me, dude, okay. I like Guns N' Roses, but god damn, there was so much fucking Guns N' Roses in this movie, bro.
This was Guns N' Roses, the movie. Like, it really was.
How much did they pay, or like what kind of agreement or deal did they make for them to have so much Guns N' Roses in this fucking movie, bro? Again, I like Guns N' Roses, but there was so much, dude. I was like, all right, do we need this much in this movie?
They squeezed in pretty much every big song from Guns N' like the big ones, like the biggins. Like, you got Welcome to the Jungle, I think, is in this movie. Sweet Child of Mine's definitely in this movie. November Rain's in this movie, which, by the way, I loved where November Rain was in this movie.
I just felt like every other scene, dude, there was like some like weird joke, or
Paradise
like,
City,
you know, with Guns N' Roses, and then you know what else I didn't like? Those fucking annoying ass goats, dude. I was so over those goats, or whatever the fuck they were, dude. The minute they started screaming like assholes, bro, I was like, oh god, no.
I laughed the first time. I was not in it the next 600 million times they did it.
Oh my god.
It made me think of Go Simulator the entire time.
I was so over it, dude. I was so over it, man. Like, I get that they're a gift from whatever the people they say at the beginning. But it's like, dude, oh my god. they overdid too many. They basically that's a problem for this movie. They overdid stuff too much.
Mm-hmm.
They overdid a lot of things.
I feel like Sif gets the short end of the stick in this movie.
Oh, dude, she does.
Absolutely. I feel like they do that character kind of dirty.
Which you know what's funny, by the way, about that is that I think what's his name, Korg is telling the story of like Thor the space Viking and all that, right? And he talks about how like how his friends got the dudes in the last movie that got messed up, his friends from the first two movies.
Yeah.
They'd like get done dirty. They make a joke out of that, and then they do the same thing to Sif in this movie. You're like, what? Oh my god, they just love killing off all the side characters for nothing, dude. Oh my goodness. It's crazy.
Yeah. They do Sif kind of dirty.
Oh, a little bit.
Which I think she's still alive, but they do like the whole thing that they do is like she loses an arm, okay.
Yeah, by the time
we see nothing and we get a joke. That's it. That's all we get a Sif. Makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, and then at the end, I think she starts training Heimdall's son, right? But basically, so Thor's hanging out with the Guardians. There's a distress signal. He sees Sif. He's like, "Oh, I gotta go help my friend." And then they split their ways, and they go off, and it's Korg and Thor, the fucking annoying ass goats. And they go find her, and she's laying there on the floor with a fucking arm missing. And then, yeah, like you said, we kind of like they take her to New Asgard, and she disappears like fucking the end of the movie, basically, right? It's like, damn. And I was looking forward to seeing more of her too, man. When she showed up, I was like, oh shit, because I don't know if we had seen her in the trailers or not. I forgot. But when I saw her in that distress signal, I was like, oh shit, she's in this movie, dude. Like, I hope we get to like have her in the mix. And then disappointment, but yeah.
One of my other knocks is they make this big deal, especially with Sif. Like, that's not how you have to die in battle. That's not how you get into Valhalla and all that. Well, later on in the movie, this is way toward the end, so spoilers for way toward the end of the movie. The Thor's about to go fight Gore, and Valkyrie's like, "Well, I'll probably just die if I go with you. So just here, give the lightning bolt." I feel like that is so out of character for her. Like, is it the whole point to get to Valhalla? Like, don't you want to reunite? It just seems like she even. It just makes no sense to me.
You just reminded me. Doesn't she make a point to Jane earlier that like, because Jane is like, oh, wasn't it nice being king or whatever? And she's like, oh, it's just boring ass meetings and stuff. I'd rather go out and die in battle or whatever. Like, doesn't she literally say that to Jane earlier in the movie before that?
That writing is so conflicting right there. I noticed
That's so bizarre, dude.
And it's so weird. Also, I'm sorry. I know dumb Thor. Everybody loves that. But can we have him be just a little bit less dumb? I mean, they make him Johnny Bravo levels of stupid at times. And I'm like, ease up a little bit, please. Like, sometimes the movie felt like this is Thor memes the movie for me. Like, at times. Like, I don't know. It's a little much. And I like Taika Waititi, but maybe we need a little switch. I don't know. Maybe ease up a little bit. It just seems like
I think they like I was saying earlier. I think they overdid a lot of things in this movie, and I think that maybe we need a bit of Taika did 2 Thor movies. Let's get somebody else if you're gonna do more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And it's just there's a lot of tonal whiplash. I said this in the thread on Discord, and some people will come up with like things, but it's like, here's a bunch of jokes. Hey, Jane's got cancer, but we're not gonna focus on it very long because we got more jokes. Screaming goats everywhere. It's fucking weird at times. It shakes me. Like, God, at least let me absorb the gravity of the situation.
Yeah, every time they brought the Jane stuff up, I was like, oh shit. And then like you said, they would just fucking, throw fucking screaming goat or whatever in the background. Like,
and I I get that you need levity when you're dealing with things that are dark, but you're not even giving me a chance to absorb that and process it a little bit before you're throwing a joke at me. Like, and it's just, am I supposed to laugh? Because, I mean, I'm still going through this process of this character dealing with their cancer. And oh, there's a screaming goat. Oh, and here's Thor naked. And here's Thor falling through or jumping through the fucking ceiling of this building. It just, there's some things in here that it really bothers me at times. Like, and I even like the movie, but like, it's got giant whiplash for me at times.
So speaking of which, how'd you feel about them going to when they were with all the gods? You know, I forget what the name of that place is called, but when they're with Zeus and the little, and when they're with the dumpling god, you know, the little Bayo, I think it was called. That dumpling god was fucking cute, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that thing was adorable.
That city was cool.
It was a nice location, man. And like seeing fucking Russell Crowe as Thor or as fucking Zeus was fucking
Other
funny.
movie of the skies. Oh my god!
When he like tried walking down and like lifted up his fucking skirt thing, dude, walking down, that shit was too good. Yeah, I like that area, but yeah, no, I just man, I don't know. I was kind of.
I think it's a missed opportunity. Fucking have Gore show up and kill some gods. You got a whole place full of gods. I know, like, the whole thing is that he can't get there. Nobody knows where it's at. But come on, we hardly see him kill a god in this movie. And Christian Bale is without a doubt to me the best part of this movie.
Oh yeah, he's great in this movie, man. He really is good. I mean, he's Christian Bale, obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, Gore. I'm with you though, dude. We did not get a lot of Gore, and he was still one of the best parts of this whole fucking movie, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He killed it, bro.
He
killed the movie because he didn't kill that many gods.
We needed more god butchering. All right.
Yeah, dude, I agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
You could have turned, you know, no joke. Gore the God Butcher could have been a 3-movie Thor trilogy, in my opinion. He could have been a bad guy through 3 movies.
You know, adding on to that, they talk about like how he's been killing gods off screen, and we only hear about it. We don't actually get to see it, man. It's like, dude, come on. Like, you mean to tell me we couldn't see more god butchering instead of these stupid ass goats yelling in the fucking movie for like, come on, man. Like we really are forced to watch these fucking goats and we can't see more Christian Bale. Like, come on, dude. That's disappointing.
I don't know. I need less of Thor being an idiot, for one thing. He's just real stupid at times. And it like just conflicts at times with the movie. I am surprised that they did because I wasn't sure if they were gonna do the Jane having cancer storyline for this, but they did. Because I mean that's such a dark and heavy thing to deal with, and I don't think they necessarily did it badly. They just needed to give it more space, you know, between jokes. The fucking. What'd you think about the weapons? The fucking Mjolnir and fucking.
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker just fucking easing into frame by Thor. That first one did make me laugh. I'll admit that one made me chuckle. But man, they just let it keep going.
Being all jealous and shit. That was kind of funny. And it cracked me up, but like Thor is talking to me on there, like, "Oh, you moved on quickly," you know. That kind of stuff works for me, like humor wise. But it's just other things. I'm like, man, like the goats and just other dumb shit that I'm like, oh, do we really have to like? Do we have to resort to this kind of humor, man? Like when some of the other stuff is just working so well, you know.
Not only that, we could have put more of the cool stuff in there other than the stupid goats. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't need the stupid goats. I would have much rather had anything else, really. I would just add more god butchering going on.
I was over those fucking goats from like the fucking first scene they were introduced. I was like, oh no. But you know, it is what it is. But I feel like we've been talking kind of pretty negatively about this movie, so let's talk about some of the stuff.
Let's talk about some of the good stuff. I really like the flashback stuff to Thor and Jane's relationship. Like I enjoyed seeing that the part because it was something we hadn't seen before and got to see kind of like the breakup and stuff like that.
So he said at that point it had been like 8 years since they broke up or something.
Mm-hmm. I think something like that.
Which I guess that actually wait. Actually, you know what? I don't know, because you know what? I was gonna be like, oh, that makes sense, but with we were talking about timelines in the Ms. Marvel section. I don't know when this takes place, dude. So
The
I
snap
don't know if it,
confuses timelines too, because like, are you talking about 8 years since? And she, because she's like, what's it been, 5 years? And he's like, 8 years, or whatever.
yeah,
Like, is that counting the
counted
snap?
down
Or
to
what, like,
like
what's going on?
yeah.
I don't know. I need a timeline ongoing all the time. Disney, tell me where everything takes place at, because you some confusing motherfuckers.
If you guys are if Marvel Studios or Disney people, if you guys are out there somehow listening or watching this, please give us an updated timeline in relation to when things take place. I and Josh and many other people would greatly appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, yeah, that you're right. That was cool. And then I'll be honest, I like Mighty Thor's outfit more than Thor's in this one. I just think her gear is cooler. Like that scene in New Asgard when they're fighting in the dark at nighttime, and he's wearing like the golden one with the helmet. I do not like that helmet.
That helmet looks like complete dog shit. I'm sorry,
that helmet
it looks
is
so
awful.
bad.
But you know what disappoints me about that? So they added skins in Fortnite, right? For Mighty Thor and Thor.
Mm-hmm.
And in the game skin, he has that fucking helmet on, dude, and you cannot take it off. Where in the movie he only has it for a little bit. I'm like, God damn it, let me take that stupid fucking helmet off.
He has it on for maybe like 30 seconds. Like, it's not even that long.
Yeah. And they force you to keep it on in Fortnite. God damn it. But anyway, I think her gear looked way cooler. I will say though that the black outfit that he had, I like that one. That was the one that I liked that he had. But yeah, it was cool seeing. Oh, dude! Speaking of Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, it was cool seeing Mjolnir again. When she threw it and it like broke into pieces and like, dude, that was
shotgun Mjolnir. Yeah,
that was fucking badass, dude. I like that a lot. That was really cool. And they were like reforge again, and like that was awesome. I like that a lot. That was really cool.
Mm-hmm. I feel like one thing we missed out on. It's going back to negatives. I don't mean it to, but
well, might as well. We already talked about a lot of them.
Well, we were talking about weapons, right? The Necro sword. I feel like we really missed out on what could have been an interesting weapon. That for the most part, all we understand about it is like it corrupts Gore, I guess, a little bit, and he uses it to kill guys.
They mentioned how it corrupts the user, right? And it kills them slowly or whatever. Yeah.
I really feel like it was a missed opportunity here to have him kind of have like maybe a similar, not necessarily similar, but like that same type of codependence that Thor has with his weapons, but with Gore and the Necro sword. And I also think it's a big waste if the Necro sword is destroyed forever. Like, that's such a cool weapon, just to be gone forever. So I hope it's not. I hope it like regenerates or some shit. Because it was a weapon that made everything feel kind of I don't know, equal in some ways. Like he stood a chance. To go back to the positives, when they're on the little planet that's black and white, except for like the weapons that give off little shades of color, that was fucking dope. I thought that whole planet was dope.
I was gonna bring that up too. I really like that because when Mighty Thor would use Mjolnir, you can see the color like bleeding through, and then when Valkyrie had the lightning bolt, like you could see the color there too. Like that was dope. I did like that. Yeah.
Russell Crowe took that lightning bolt to the chest.
He did, man. He did. But he's all right, as we know.
I can't wait for all the kids in the world to be asking, like, what's an orgy? because they went and saw Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh
And
my,
like, that's what
yeah,
thing Zeus
right.
keeps bringing up.
He brought it up multiple times, dude. And
Yeah.
I remember there was a kid in my viewing, like he was like, I was like all the way in the back, and he was like down to like the left side with his parents or whatever. And all I could think of while they were while like Thor and Star Lord were like saying shit to each other, and like when fucking Zeus kept bringing up orgies, I was like, man, like if I was, I can't even think, like if I was a parent bringing a kid to this movie, like, and they start asking about shit, I'd be like, oh my god, dude, like thank you, Marvel, thank you for that, you
All
know.
right.
But
Yeah.
yeah. yeah.
Also, I had no clue Heimdall had a son. I don't remember if that's ever been mentioned in like the previous
I didn't either. I
things.
don't. I don't remember. I didn't remember that at all either.
All of a sudden, he's got a kid, and that's cool. The
Yeah,
kid is actually great. I thought he was pretty good. Axel,
Yeah,
but
he's all right.
obviously named after Axl Rose, because this is the Guns N'
Yeah.
Roses the movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
Man, they really they leaned into Guns N' Roses so much for this movie. I don't know why or how. Anyway, you know, so going back to a little bit of a weird thing at the end of the movie when they're about to fight Gore for the last time,
mhm.
when Thor tells all the kids to grab a weapon and gear up and stuff. Did anybody else not think that was a little corny? I was like, all right, dude, come on. Like
I thought it was a little corny. I still loved it. I did like that part of the movie.
It was like, ultimately, I think it's kind of funny seeing all these like, especially the little girl with the little teddy bear, you know, and she starts shooting out
like the boys.
lightning and stuff.
It was like the boys when fucking Butcher's got the baby.
Shooting out the lightning bolts from the eyeballs and shit. That was kind of cute and like adorable and funny and shit. But like, man, it was a little corny.
The biggest reason I like that scene is just when he gives them the power and it lights up the whole fucking world. It makes it look like the fucking world
cool.
tree. That's the whole reason I like that scene,
sure.
because it gives us that shot, and that shot's so fucking cool.
But it, like when they're like jumping in the air and they're all like electrified and everything, I was like, oh come on, dude! Like, all right.
It's like, fuck, you're fucking Asgardian kids. It kind of makes a little sense that they can fight, I guess.
I mean, I suppose, but it's just, I was like, all right, dude, all right, I get it. I guess it was the fact that they had like kept it slow mo for so long. I was like, all right.
Yeah,
maybe
no,
speed
I
it up a
totally
little bit.
understand you. I get it. I do, and it is corny.
But ultimately, yeah, no, it's not a big deal. I just thought it was like a funny thing.
The kid with the bear, though, that shit's so funny.
Yeah, that little girl was.
All I could think of was the boys. I thought the boys the whole time that happened.
Yeah. What else? Going back to the good things. Yeah, no, I liked I like seeing both Mighty Thor and Thor together. That was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Valkyrie was in the mix this time around for a little bit more. Well, actually, she was in Ragnarok for quite a bit too. So, so I mean, yeah, she was. All three of them were a cool little team. And then you had Korg in the mix. I thought Korg was dead, dude. When Zeus fucked him up.
Just a head,
and then
or face,
and he was just a fucking face play, and they're like, nope, he's still alive. I'm like, okay.
Tiger's not gonna kill the character.
Thor. I mean, I didn't. I didn't know, man. I was like, it could happen, but then it did it. And I'm like, all right.
It was a fake out. Yeah,
it was a fake out, indeed.
They could have killed them goats. They didn't do that either.
God damn them for not killing the goats, dude.
That was a perfect spot to kill them goats, actually. Right there in the fucking Omnipotence. Have fucking Zeus shoot them with a lightning bolt by accident.
Yeah, I guess they needed him, though, to fucking
I'd
reach
give
the
you
locations or whatever, right?
Dinator, or whatever the fuck he says, you know?
Yeah. Which, speaking of that god, place that I keep forgetting the name of, we got introduced in the post-credit scene to Hercules.
We did.
Which is played by Roy fucking Kid.
He's
that's
here.
Cool.
He's there.
I
He's
think
every
that's
fucking where.
I think that's a cool, interesting choice for Roy Kent, dude, or for fucking Hercules, man.
I wish I was surprised, but I had read an article that he was going to be in something MCU related, and they speculated in that article that it was going to be as Hercules. So when
And
I
they
saw
called
him, I
that
was
shit,
like,
huh?
"Yeah, that was right. That was correct." And that was weeks ago. That was many weeks ago. That was way before the movie had come out. And I had seen that, and I was like, "Well, that article was right." So while I was obviously like still like, "Hey, it's fucking Roy Kent," it was still like. It wasn't as surprising as it could have been for me, unfortunately, but it was still cool.
Yeah, well, it's fucking Brett Goldstein, dude. That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Cool,
Not who
cool
I
stuff.
would have expected to be Hercules, but
No, I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, get Henry Cavill or something," but honestly, I think it works. I mean, I think he didn't look as big as he probably could have, but it's a post credit scene, dude. Like, give him time. He'll bulk up for that
that's
shit.
the thing. It's like it happened so quick. I need to see it again because I was like,
Yeah.
my brain was like, "Hey, it's Roy fucking Kent," and like,
No, you're right. It's a really quick thing. Like, he shows up and he shows up long enough where you can tell it's him, and then it's over. You know, I've seen criticisms of people being like, "Oh, he's not big enough." I'm like, dude, it's a post credit scene, dude. Like,
no,
give
it's not
him
a whole
time.
movie.
He'll bulk up for that shit, dude. Like, he'll be all right. Also, who cares? Why do you care how big a dude is anyway, man?
True.
But anyway, that was cool. And then the other post credit scene, fucking Jane meeting Heimdall, dude. I was like, whoa, that's cool. They're in fucking Valhalla, bro. That was pretty. I'm interested to see more of that. I don't know what's going on here, man.
I know. It was like curious. It's like, okay, so fucking Odin's there, right? Somewhere, right? He's there somewhere. Who else is? A lot of people are there because fucking half the Asgardians got blown the fuck up by Thanos. In the ship. Like, what about what about this version of Loki? Like, is he in that Valhalla? Like, it adds so many questions. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Again, this phase has a lot of questions, man. That hopefully we'll get it. We'll get answers to sooner rather than later. But I mean, like I said, they are setting up stuff, so we shall see. We shall see.
Exactly. I wish I could say I love the music, but it was just all good. It was all Guns N' Roses for the most part.
I know, dude. Which like is kind of a shame because I'm pretty sure Michael Giacchino did the score for this, and he's great. We love Michael Giacchino, dude.
And I think that's the issue, right? Because it was so filled with Guns N' Roses, I don't remember any of the other music. I just remember Guns N' Roses, and I think that is such a shame. Because I like a lot of the superhero music.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it till this moment.
No, I mean there was, it like because that's the thing that you like. It's the thing that like sticks in your mind, right? Like, man, they played so much Guns N' Roses in this goddamn movie. But yeah, I mean, I think there's only. No, I don't know. I have to listen to the fucking soundtrack, man, because
I got you.
there's only like one song that I think like comes to mind for me, and it's the "Mama's Got a Brand New Hammer" one. But other than that, I'm like fucking Guns N' Roses, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about? We're gonna talk about toward the end of the movie now. How do you feel about Gore's like heel face turn there at the end? Like, because I personally feel like it would have taken a little bit more than what we got for Gore to be like, after all this time, I get one wish, and like, like it feels a little. I don't know. I feel like I needed a little bit more time for Gore to be like, oh, I'm gonna change and get something good out of this.
It feels like it makes sense for his character, that version of the character, because we know. I mean, the beginning of the movie starts off with him and his daughter, right? So we get to see what happens. So we know how much he loved her and all that. So for me, it makes sense. But I think the problem is that, like we were saying earlier, he's not in this movie a whole lot. Yep. So if we had more
That's
time with
exactly
him,
right.
it would have made. I think more people would be fine with it. Like for me, it works because I get it, but I also understand people's criticism and be like, well, what the hell, dude? Because again, he wasn't in the movie a lot. Like we should have got him more, dude. He was one of the best things about that movie, and we got him like kind of sparingly. It seems like,
It's such a shame that he's in the one movie. It's such a
Yeah.
shame. I would have loved more movies with Gore. I really would have. I feel like you could
I
have
agree.
done a trilogy with him as a villain. I really like he just goes universe to universe killing gods, and Thor's trying to stop him, and I feel like you could do multiple movies of that. Like,
Yeah.
and that's disappointing to me.
So
It really
you know what we've discovered today, or not discovered, but we've come to the conclusion that the biggest villain of Phase 4 is fucking pacing, dude.
It really is. It's
like
a
honestly,
fucking
bro.
a villain the likes of which the world has never seen. Somehow the pacing returned. You know what I mean? Like, it's
somehow the
rough.
pacing has returned. Oh no,
Yeah.
somebody. Oh man, gather the X-wings, dude. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, man. No, honestly though, dude. Like, if we had more time with him, I mean, if we had more time with, like, a lot of like this movie's only it's like a minute or a minute. It's like an hour 59 minutes, dude. Like it's like a little under 2 hours. Like I would have been fine if this movie was like 220 or 230. You know what I mean?
I really would have. Yeah, me too.
But it's just not. It's like, dude, like why'd they feel the need to fucking like?
Oh.
And you know what I'm interested in now is Taika was talking about how he doesn't like director's cuts, and he was talking about how there's deleted scenes
Mm-hmm.
that include Lena Headey and what's his name fucking oh god, why am I blanking out on his name? I don't remember the name of the MCU character, but the actor, but Tyrion. Remember he
Peter
was in
Dinklage.
the
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage's character, I forget his fucking MCU character's name. But Peter
Same.
Dinklage, he played a character in Infinity War, right? Remember when Thor makes the Stormbreaker? He was supposed to have a scene in this movie too, but apparently it was a deleted scene.
Same for Jeff Goldblum. He was supposed to come
Yeah,
back as the
Grandmaster
Grandmaster
also, but they were all cut, and he says they were cut because they weren't good enough. But I'm like, dude, there's some stuff in this movie that I don't think was good enough, but you still kept it in, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
like
I agree.
Like how bad in his opinion were those scenes, dude? Like, I want to see them, dude. But he said he's not gonna release them though, so I don't know.
I don't know. I like Thor having the kid. I think that's cool. At the end, he's got the kid, and I was like, I kind of set up a future character. That's cool.
I think that's his real life daughter too.
Yes, I believe that is
Chris
that is true.
That is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that. I was like, cool. Didn't realize her name was Love, and like this is Love and Thunder, and it's that story. I think that's fine. I think that's cool. I actually like that. And she has she's wielding fucking.
She ended up with Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker, yeah.
Again, right?
Yeah, that's how it ends. Is them running off to fucking battle.
Which makes sense because not like she can have Mjolnir, right? You know, you gotta be worthy to wield fucking Mjolnir, so that makes sense.
I guess so. Yeah.
Because I was thinking, like, wait a minute, why wouldn't he just keep Stormbreaker and have Mjolnir? But I'm like, oh, well, you know,
he
actually got him. Yeah, I mean, shit, I would too. Mjolnir is fucking badass, dude. Dude, I'd be doing that all the time. If I could just split it into pieces and beat the shit out of like a bunch of people at once, that'd be cool. But I'm interesting to see how Thor continues in the MCU now that he's got a kid with him, right?
Yeah, I just need him to be a little less stupid.
Well,
they make him so dumb.
I feel like if Taika isn't involved, then he will be less stupid. Which again is I don't want to shit on Taika or anything either, but it's like, man, for this movie, he leaned way too hard with certain things that I feel like were a little extra.
Yeah, but the biggest thing is like they're dealing with such a serious thing for Jane throughout the movie, and
Yeah.
I think that really kind of hurts it. And yeah, I like Ragnarok better. I'm sorry, I do.
No, I do too. I do too easily.
It doesn't suffer from the whiplash that this film does, as much or at all, really. And I feel like this is like one of those types of movies where it's like Ragnarok was godlike, right? So how are we gonna top it in Love and Thunder? Well, we're gonna add stupid screaming goats that we all hate.
Yeah,
we're gonna put in nothing but Guns N' Roses at times, and we're not gonna give them the villain that much.
Oh man, that honestly is gonna be one of the biggest disappointments of this movie in years to come. Is the fact that we had Christian Bale in an MCU movie and they kill him off right away. And not only that, but they didn't give him enough screen time in the one movie he was in.
Yeah, I would have loved to add a lot more.
That being said, though, you know what we haven't talked about?
What's that?
Is the fact that even though they only had like 5 minutes of screen time, the Guardians were fucking cool, man.
Yeah, I like the Guardians.
I like the Guardians in this, man, even though they were only in it for such a short amount of time. Again, though, that's because fucking James Gunn, dude. He you know, every time they bring in the Guardians, they bring in his input, and he knows what the fuck he's doing with the Guardians, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's somebody that, like, you know, the Guardians are a little jokey, but like it's the right amount, you know. It's not like overly like Thor or was in this movie.
Yeah, I get you. For sure.
So yeah, I really like having the Guardians in this one too, even though they were only in it for like like I said, like 5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other things that we haven't brought up yet, because we have been talking, like I said, I feel like we've been a little bit more negative on this one, but we did like the movie, guys.
I mean, you got to be honest. Like, there are things in this movie I do not like, so I have to. We gotta talk about
same.
I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad we got that extra 5 minutes for that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson joke at the end. For Core. Yeah, thanks. Could have gone with a little bit more God butchering, personally.
Well, speaking of Quark, how'd you feel about him telling the whole story about all this? Like, obviously, it's from his point of view, and it's not like, you know, accurate or whatever. But like, still, you know, what'd you think of all
that? I think it's fine. Yeah, like I don't think it's amazing or anything. Like it's.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's Taika Waititi as Korg telling the story of the movie that he directed. So
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking as I was in the theater and the movie was wrapping up and he was like, you know, concluding the Love and Thunder, whatever the hell, right? It's like, all right, well, this is just homeboy talking about his own movie as his own character, you know, like, all right,
I can't help it. It feels a little
dude, I'm with you. I thought the same fucking thing. I'm telling you. As I was in the theater, as the movie was wrapping up, I was thinking that too, dude.
Like a little high on itself, I guess. Was kind of like,
a little bit. Like, oh, everybody loved me in Ragnarok, so let me you know, do a little bit more here. Let me be more extra.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just telling you the way it is. You know, I can like the movie and still hate good parts of it, and there's quite a bit.
I will say though, seeing New Asgard again was kind of cool.
Yeah. Seeing a fucking ice cream shop with Thanos' gauntlet was a little fucking weird, because like makes no sense. This man has murdered half your people. That's like building an ice cream shop to Hitler. Like, it's weird.
That is a little. You know what? I hadn't even considered that. But now that you bring that up, that is a little fucking weird, man. Because literally, at the beginning of fucking what is it, Infinity War, right? He fucking kills all the Asgardians, pretty much. That are left over.
Yeah. He blows them the fuck up. Like, these are people that have been, that Thanos will haunt their dreams until the day they go to Valhalla. Like, this is a mass murderer. And we have an ice cream shop down the street dedicated to this dude. Like, what?
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I hadn't even considered that. Like, I thought it was kind of funny seeing that, but now you bring that up, that is a great ass point, dude. I didn't even consider that at all. Why would they do that? That doesn't make sense.
They did it for the joke. It does make me laugh, but at the same time, it's like,
it made me laugh.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense either, you know? Like,
I'm just thinking of, like, I know why they did it in the movie, but I'm thinking of, like, in universe, why would New Asgard do that? Like,
they wouldn't. They would never.
Who thought of that? Like was it Valkyrie? Like who was it? Was it Korg? Like who was the person that was like, yo, we need to do this? Was it Meek? What's going on here, man?
I don't know. I don't get that.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that, but you're totally right, dude. That is weird. That's fucked up, but weird.
Yeah.
And weird.
Why didn't you just have Stormbreaker's snow cones or something? You want fucking, you know, Snaps, the ice cream shop? Like, this is a tyrant, the Mad Titan. Like, and look, and everybody at home that's like, why are you getting so upset over this? Bro, I get the joke part of it. I do, but it just is stupid in the context of this world that I'm supposed to believe in when I go to the movies, right? I'm supposed to believe in this world. They're real people. I'm supposed to have the suspension of disbelief. When I see that, that is there purely for the jokes to get a laugh and takes me out of the movie. All right? Because it makes no fucking sense. All right?
That is valid. That is fair, man.
And
yeah.
I think it's even in one of the trailers that I saw. And when I saw it, I was like, this can't be real. And then it goes to the movie, and it is a scene in the movie that is an actual thing. Like, you know, you could add a Loki's Lollipops store. Anything. You could add anything else. What do you think of reminds me. What do you think of fucking the lesser Hemsworth and fucking
Matt Damon and the other guy? I thought they were funny. I thought that was funny. Yeah,
that did make me laugh. Yeah,
yeah. They're like little shitty fucking play that they had at the beginning with fucking Sam Neill as Odin and all that.
Yeah, I saw Sam Neill and I was like, that's cool.
It was good, dude. I like for me that kind of humor works, you know, like that's fine. You don't need to do the other stuff.
They're the bars from the Fabulous Flatulence, fucking D&D that we did.
Yeah,
they're the Ember Island players almost. You know,
like, dude. When you have stuff like that, you don't need to do stupid screaming goats and all this other shit, man. Like, I know you guys are saying I keep talking about the goats. I fucking hate those goats, man. You guys need to understand. They were so annoying, dude. If you love the goats and you watch this movie, I'm sorry, but I hated them. Man, I'm just saying. I like when there's humor that works, and there's other humor that I just find completely unnecessary. But Taika is a comedian first and foremost. We need to remember that, and you know, he likes to make things funny. Which, to be fair, I have liked most of the things I've seen of his. But this is probably my least favorite thing of his that he's done now. Honestly,
I agree.
And that being said, I still liked it, but it's still like some of the other stuff he's done is better, in my opinion, man.
Well,
but yeah,
I'm glad you're somebody that actually shares a lot of the issues that I had with this film, because whenever I see people talking about it, they're just like, yeah, we loved it. It was the greatest. It was like the most perfect thing ever. And I'm just like, did we see the same movie? Like, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be shitty or invalidate your opinion, but there's definitely issues with this film that I feel like
Yeah.
most people should have, or at least some of them.
Yeah, no, I get you, man. I understand.
Yeah, I definitely put Ragnarok on high compared to this.
No, yeah, for sure.
I don't really have anything else to say. I've knocked it a lot, but for the most part, I enjoyed the movie. Like, I don't.
No, yeah,
hate
again,
it.
I didn't hate it at all.
I'm
no.
curious to where I would put it at on my rankings, my personal rankings. I'm just sitting here like thinking, where would I put this?
Yeah, I would probably put it somewhere mid tier, probably for me.
It'd be above Dark World, wherever I have that at. I don't even remember. I haven't even looked at my list. I haven't updated my list in so long. I wouldn't mind doing a revisit at some point in the future.
I have a letterbox list of all it because remember, so if you guys,
I had mine.
If you've been following the Clockwork Cantina since the beginning, you might know that our very first episode was the MCU fucking rankings of the movies. At the time was not as many as we have now, so if we were to update that, it would look different, I'm sure. But we did one of those, and since then I made a list in Letterboxd, and I've been updating it with each new movie that's come out. So where did I think I put Thor. I think I put Love and Thunder in there already. Where is it? I have it. Yeah, I think I have a mid tier somewhere. Yeah, I have a mid tier. Like it's
yeah.
Actually, I have it like lower mid tier to be honest.
I mean, hey.
I mean, it's I don't know. It's fine. I don't. Man, I feel like I'm just shitting on this movie, but I'm not, guys. I'm not. I'm just like. Here's the thing, dude. There is a lot of MCU movies I do like, and like I really like more than this one, which is a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm not even count how many, but again, I do like this movie. I just got some issues with it, man. That's all.
It is what it is.
But don't,
and it's easier to talk about things you don't like than it is the things you do like, because the things you do like are like, yeah, this is great, right? But the things that are bad, they stick out like a sore thumb to you, like, for the most part.
Yeah, but
I also want to watch this movie again because I'm sure there's things I missed, especially in the Hall of Eternity area. Like the big statues, I didn't get good looks at it because it was dark and it's like moving fast and stuff. Like, I think the Watcher is in there somewhere. One of the statues or something, I think, maybe.
Yeah, I would. When it comes to Disney Plus, I'm definitely gonna give it another viewing.
Yeah,
because
when I can actually pause it and shit and look closer to it, you know? Like
for sure,
things like that.
But yeah, that's. I don't know if you got anything else to add, man.
I don't really have anything. I think that's gonna do it for a show, guys. And it actually turned out this show was not a short show. This is this is about normal.
Well, there you go.
It's a little probably it's right at 2 hours 40 minutes. So
here I thought it was gonna be a shorter one because of the news, but nah, man, it worked out. All right, that's cool.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna throw it over to your goodbye screen, Daniel, so you can say your goodbyes, my friend. So you're up.
Thank you guys for watching, for listening, for hanging out with us. Much appreciated as always. We'll be back next week, where hopefully I will be rid of the Rona. And we're gonna be having a guest next week too, so stay tuned for that. That's gonna be fun. Talk some wrestling and some other things here and there. Coming up for me. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention that what's happened. For the what we've been up to the past week. I got a fucking stream deck, dude.
Oh yeah.
So I got that for streams coming up. Which, by the way, keeping up with the Marvel spirit, we're gonna play Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy starting tomorrow on stream. Come check it out. Come hang out. We're gonna be continuing the Marvel goodness, hopefully. So yeah, I'm excited to play that. I have videos of the Quarry going up on YouTube. In addition to that, Chuck to Yomi video should be going up. When the quarry is fully up, and then yeah, we're gonna be doing other things, man. So I'm excited. Um, yeah, I looking forward to what we got coming up. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. So have a good one. Thanks for being here. Go follow me on all the stuff that you see at the bottom down below. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of both Miss Marvel and Thor: Love and Thunder. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. So hit me up, and we'll catch you guys over on the next one. Bye bye and peace out. See you.
All right. Coming up for me, I don't really have anything, guys. I want to get back into streaming, but I've been so busy with dice making and stuff. Speaking of dice making, make sure to follow the 902 Dice Creations on Etsy and as well as the Instagram down there in the corner. You can see it over there. Right there. Right here. Right over there. That one right there. There. I'll just do it like this. That's easier. I can also do the link in the in the Twitch chat. I do want to get back to streaming because I want to play. I need to do Spider-Man. I need to do God of War. I need to do fucking Horizon. Both of them. I got to do all these things that I haven't done. Just follow us on all the things, and also just remember, if you're watching this and you're like, I hate these guys for their opinions, just know that they are our opinions, guys. If you liked a thing, and like this movie or Miss Marvel, and we didn't poke at it. We were just mentioning things in it that we didn't particularly like. Just remember that those are things that we personally didn't like. Doesn't invalidate your opinion. If you love a thing, fucking love it with all your heart. That is totally, do it. You know what? Who cares what we think? If you enjoyed it, fucking enjoy it, man. That's what I say. I do that same thing. I love John Carter, and there's lots of people that hate that movie. So just know that if you watched it and didn't like that, I hope you still come out and hang out with us, because we love having you here. Thank you to everybody with us each and every week, and we will see you all next week with our guest. Bye-bye, guys.